chat. What's wrong with you?
That's there's parents on here, but
children may be
nobody's
watching.
supervising us. Hey there, BearTube. Welcome back to. I love that logo there, Ewart. Welcome back to, of course, the post-analysis hangout with the more people that we had on the actual beer analysis tonight, of course.
That's always the case.
Yep. So what's everybody drinking? Beer call. We'll start with Ewart. Drinking water? Okay, moving along to...
Oh, Yui.
Well, maybe he's having his one whale of the night.
That was 0.97.
Oh, you're doing about... Nice.
So you may as well be drinking water.
It's pretty
Yeah,
close.
exactly. That was 0.97.
It's non-alcoholic beer.
Not completely. It's 0.97.
Oh, the Bellwoods. I heard Ballast Point. Sorry.
No, sorry, my crappy internet. That was 0.97.
Gotcha.
It's not the pronunciation; it's his crappy internet.
It's Google speech. goddammit.
You need to go back to that astronaut, Mike. Like,
yeah, it's really a shame you have to travel the world and bang foreign women. That's awful of you.
Jesus.
How's tasting that's doing, by the way?
I don't know.
Awkward silence. Who's up next?
On a completely unrelated note, is Nick muted? Nick, I can't hear you.
What? I'm right here.
Nick.
Twat.
Nick.
I can't hear you either.
Twat.
Something wrong with your mic?
Anyway, moving right along over to Ashley Sexton. You heard that, so I know you did.
God, Ashley, you're the worst.
I'm sorry. I can only do that once.
You're the worst. You're like the pro in the last one. For some cat on a magic carpet.
I got a crowler from the Cayman Kettle. It's their Jet IPA.
Ooh,
white IPA.
Oh, what a clever name!
What's wrong with that one?
Oh, shut up!
Jesus.
Wait, are they implying that all Jedis are white? That's terrible.
They are racists.
It's not true. Samuel L. Jackson's character, whatever he was.
Yeah, he lasted one movie.
No, he lasted 3 movies.
He's in all 3. He got slagged by the fucking emperor.
Oh, did he?
Yoda's green, for God's sakes.
Well,
Terrible.
It's definitely a wheat-based IPA, so there we go.
They don't know what race Yoda is, but he might be Jamaican.
All right, Lee, what are you drinking tonight?
What's with all the fucking questions? Why is
Sure.
it?
Right.
I come on here every goddamn week and you interrogate me.
Well,
nobody's.
Yeah, we don't have to give me the fucking 5th degree. It's every time I try to talk to you these days. It's like, don't get no respect.
I'm drinking a Sam 76.
Oh, how is that?
It's.
Oh my God, more questions.
It's all right.
It's almost like you two need to settle your differences at SummerSlam.
Right. Shut up, Greg. What are you drinking, Greg?
SummerSlam.
I'm having an IPA number 9. Which I may or may not have drank before because I was drunk on Friday and my can mysteriously disappeared. I don't know if I drank it or if it got thrown out.
You know
or
you did.
It may have gotten thrown out or stolen either.
Yeah, which is most likely of those 3 scenarios?
Yeah.
I drank it.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no can evidence, which is the crazy part, but whatever.
Well.
All right. And Jamie, what are you drinking right now? Pineapple still?
Sorry, I was muted there.
You noticed.
Jamie, I can't hear you.
I'm eating some pretzels now. And just finishing off my Hawaiian pizza.
Your Hawaiian pale ale.
And Greg, it's you read the label wrong. It's actually a Ipanog that you're drinking.
Oh, well, thank you for telling me. Jesus, now I feel like an idiot.
Now?
It's the first time for everything, right?
Just now. Just
now.
Jesus, we've been failing all this time.
You gotta try harder.
Yeah.
Hey Nick, what are you drinking?
What am I drinking? I'm drinking something pink.
Jesus.
I am drinking The Last Strawberry from Fuggles and Warlock.
Anybody get the ability to blur things out? I think it should be blurred. This is
let's get some pixelation there.
Mm-hmm. You know, when a brewery calls itself Fuggles and Warlock, it really shouldn't be making those girly hentai beers, I don't think.
No.
Does it have a hint of testicles? Sorry, tentacles.
Do you see any tentacles stuck to her face in that? Like that?
Well, I mean, it's pixelated. I could have an imagination here.
Plus, we don't know what's going on under that dress.
Did that beer come with an 18-sided die? You can use at your.
Or maybe a D20.
All right, enough
Roll-
with the
roll a
jokes.
natural 20.
Enough with the jokers, fuckers. Roll initiative. Yeah, did this come with a D20?
So what is that? It's a strawberry
It's
wit.
strawberry wit beer
Oh, it's a wit
made
beer.
with lactose. So yeah, it's a wit beer made with strawberries and lactose. It tastes kind of like strawberry cream.
Interesting. What does
Yeah.
it look? Oh, it doesn't.
I mean, it's not like colored red. I mean, strawberry juice isn't red.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never had strawberry juice.
It's just like blueberries. Blueberries, like they're not blue.
It's like
Like
clear.
the blueberry juice is not blue.
Hmm.
It's
And
like
whenever you
purple,
pour,
isn't it?
no,
No.
it's blueberry
Purple
juice is
drink.
like nothing.
Purple drank. Tastes like drank.
Yeah,
Purple drizzle.
purple ain't a flavor.
Or
And
shizzle
shout-
my nizzle.
And shout outs to
That-
you using the Hartford Whalers original logo. for-
Pucky.
Yeah. Why did you change that? That was golden, man.
What?
The Hartford Whalers logo for the Well and Piss Up channel.
Oh, I don't know. I can go back to that. I
No, it's fine. I just thought maybe you took it down for like copyright stuff or
Do you think I give a shit about that?
well, I don't know.
What the fuck?
Come on, man.
One of the worst fucking logos ever designed. Who the fuck's gonna?
The Hartford Whalers logo? That thing's fucking
Oh, it's
awesome.
it's the best design
Terrible.
ever.
I love it.
Absolutely terrible.
It's
It's
great.
the best design.
But
It
it
looks-
works
it looks like a
for the well and
three.
piss up because there's a whale tail.
Yeah.
And a
And a
big
W.
W.
Yeah. All right, I'll put it back.
Yeah, put it back up, man.
All right.
Stop fucking around.
Did you guys like
Yeah,
the promo video?
As influencers, we don't want to step on any toes. So maybe you're right. We
That
don't
is
get
true.
we don't want to get the NHL on our tails. So
That's
I really
true.
liked your
Well,
promo video, Yort, and I was very surprised to see that you got Stephen Orr to produce it for you. It's,
Oh yeah,
Wow.
you like that? Yeah, you like that? It's like the Fire Fest. I'm implicating him if things go badly.
Oh my
That's the
god.
whole
that
idea.
yeah. The Well and Piss Up turns into Firefest 2019.
What's he gonna do?
Oh,
Get up
God.
and walk over there and complain about it? Probably not.
That's so mean, but fella.
Have you guys actually watched that documentary?
Ewart has
for the
one of his
Firefest?
toes he's going to leave at the scene.
Jesus fuck.
Oh man.
Yeah, I watched the documentary. It's great.
Isn't that great? It's crazy though, eh? Like it's
It
just
is
absolutely insane how that whole thing snowballed.
I mean,
we
there's a
do-
lot of there are a lot of beer fests that are just like that, to be honest with you. But they never strand people on an island. That's the thing.
It's insane. Yeah. We actually do have a comment to start off. I
Holy
will be
fuck,
keeping
all right.
eyes on the comments,
All right.
and I will be firing them off. I don't know, Mr. Blackshire, just with a very simple comment of virgins.
Who? He is?
Get a
Yes.
life.
Oh,
Is he looking for something? What does he need help with?
Oh, he's probably talking about all of our D&D references that we tried to.
oh, maybe.
Even though you guys got it all wrong, there is no D18.
Yeah, it's D20.
Yeah, exactly. It's a D20.
You
What?
roll a natural 20.
Oh yeah.
It's the highest roll you can get.
Critical hit.
But you know, are you if you're implying that we're virgins, Mr. Blackish Shear, or whatever the fuck your stupid name is, you can come fuck us if you want.
Yeah, the only person on this channel that might be a virgin is Greg.
And if he needs any answers, just ask his mom. Or sister.
He has to wait for. He can't go to the next cosplay event until his mom washes his Superman costume.
Why?
What?
What?
What? I don't even see that comment in the chat here.
You blocked him already? Nice.
He's got me blocked.
Well played.
It's on live chat.
Don't care.
No, nobody blocked him. He's you just put it on live chat instead of top chat, and then maybe you'll see it.
Doesn't matter.
He's still in the chat. It just wasn't good enough for top comments. He was just
Well-
live chat.
That said, Mr. Blackshire, are you drinking anything tonight? Not that I care. Maybe Drano. That'd be great.
Hey, are you brewing anything, Mr. Ashley Sexton? What are you brewing?
No, I'm not. I have a batch of blonde ale to bottle. Nothing exciting. I actually have a 1 gallon batch of IPA to bottle and a 5 gallon batch of blonde ale that if I were to get off my ass and actually bottle it tomorrow, it should be ready for the festival. But
Oh, good. So we'll have some Sexton Brewing stuff, something the Albino Row Beer Fest will not have.
yeah.
Do you have any of that Idaho 7 beer that you made left?
No, I consumed all of that. If there is one bottle that still is in existence, it's at Chad's house. That was just a 1 gallon batch, so I think I got like nine bottles out of it.
Well, that's not bad.
Yeah. I would like to make that again, to be honest. It's just
I have a question. Are all your products on Untapped?
no, not the bad ones. Actually, sometimes I put the bad ones up there too.
I just want to make sure the calories are worth it. You know, since I'm working on my summer body, I gotta be able to Untapped all.
Gotta
untap
make
all
sure
my
you get the
calories.
tap. Yeah, I know. I get it. Yeah.
Summer body, some are here, some are there. What?
Yeah.
When you're-
It's not gonna be
I
a
mean, with
good
that-
summer body, but it's gonna be a summer body.
There's
I mean,
a
with
lot of shit at the bottom of that thing. Sorry.
With that fucking Marlon Brando, Dr. Moreau fucking hat, you might as well just go all fucking chins to the wind and get like 18 of them and
Actually,
walk.
Greg,
That'd
can
be
you,
kind of
can you
amazing.
tilt that hat? Can you tilt that hat back about 3 inches?
Like that?
There you go.
There you go.
Is that better?
Yeah, you kind of
I
look
kinda
like
think it's better. I think it's
you kinda
better
look
this way
like
to
a-
see my poofy thing.
yeah. If you tilt it way back, it kind of looks like a afro and a hairnet kind of look.
Wow.
It's funny when and that,
I only wear this for religious reasons.
it's kind of funny now when I'm thinking of Greg here, and it's like in that movie, Marlon Brando went so out of control and wanted to rewrite the script and stuff. He initially envisioned himself turning into some sort of dolphin creature and having a big blowhole, and I'm just
Really?
like, yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch this movie.
You know, I've actually watched that documentary that I think
Don't
most
watch
people
it.
have seen.
Lost
that
Souls
show-
is great.
Yeah, that show how bad, but I've never actually seen the movie itself.
You don't need to see the movie; you just need to see the documentary. That's fucking great.
I just like that they fired the director, then he put on a mask and started hiding.
He became he just invaded the fucking set and like hid out in the set and watched what you're doing and shit because the original director Richard Stanley was fucking crazy too.
Yeah, sounds like a good time had by all.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever get around to watching it, but
It's a bad movie, and it really is. Like,
I've heard.
There's no redeeming qualities to it
But I
whatsoever.
think
It's-
I think they
no.
did a lot of
Just,
South
just,
Park
just
spoofs.
the mini me was cute.
yeah, no, it's funny. That's the thing. It's funny because it's so bad, and like this is like Val Kilmer at like the height of his powers, where he was just like power crazed with, I'm gonna rewrite the script and do whatever the fuck I want, and and then Marlon Brando was also on the set, like I'm gonna rewrite the script and do whatever the fuck I want. It was just a fucking disaster. Like, there was no way that movie was gonna succeed.
I think though a lot of '90s movies, they're and I'm not saying this movie wasn't bad to begin with, but I think a lot of '90s movies, age hasn't necessarily helped them out all that much. Whereas, no, they're not like '80s movies that kind of have a nice charm as they age. '90s movies are just terrible. Oh,
There's a lot of there's a lot of '90s movies where it's like, oh my god, that movie's so '90s, and that's a bad thing. Like, it's just I don't think the Crow has aged very well. Like, you go back and watch the original Crow now, it's like, okay.
Well, Brandon Lee has aged terribly.
Yeah, really, yeah, he really has, yeah.
Lost a bit of weight. Hey, what about what about '90s movies about the '70s? Dazed and Confused.
Dazed and Confused is still a really solid. movie.
That movie's great. I
Yep.
love that movie still.
Here's my question for you guys. Well, let's take 3 different eras. Actually, we're gonna take 4 different eras. You had to pick one of this kind of movie. Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Breakfast Club, Dazed and Confused, or let's go American Pie. We'll go something newer. What will be your choice? I know they're from different eras, but
Dazed and Confused for me.
Yeah, I would say Dazed and Confused just because
Fast Times is good. It's probably number 2 for me.
I would go Fast Times. I do like Dazed, but I would go Fast Times. That's to me is my favorite one. Mainly since the movie has no plot, but there's just tits in it, so why not?
What was the other one besides American Pie?
Well, I was gonna say maybe Breakfast Club isn't quite in the category.
Yeah.
I'm sort of putting I'm sort of putting coming of age movies, but Breakfast Club
Yeah.
maybe doesn't quite
Breakfast
slot
Club.
in.
No,
What
no.
about Revenge of the Nerds or something like that?
I would say that Breakfast Club does, because I mean those are the people who were probably born in mid 70s, growing up in the 80s as with their teens, right?
Yeah, I
So-
think the only problem is the other movies are maybe sort of like about teenagers doing fucked up stuff, whereas Breakfast Club is a little bit more of a serious movie. So I don't get me wrong, Breakfast Club
So
is
maybe
an
like
amazing movie. I just
Pretty
don't
in
know if
Pink instead, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, Pretty in Pink, that one's great. Where that nerdy guy rapes the girl at the end, but everyone's happy.
Well,
Jesus.
I mean, Revenge of the Nerds is also a movie where your hero rapes a chick, and that's considered like a happy ending.
We do have Eric Gilbert in the chat. Cheers, facts, chuggers.
I'm gonna
Says
throw
the
out the
person
Revenge
from
of the Nerds thing
Schwiggity.
that she should have known her boyfriend's genitals. So really, it's her fault.
Anyways,
But
my answer is Dazed and Confused, and then Breakfast Club.
yeah, I'd
And
go.
then Fast Times.
Yeah.
I'd go Dazed and Confused, and the only thing Fast Times has over the other ones is that Phoebe Cates looks way better naked than anybody else in those
That's
movies.
What a dick!
I just
That's
find
good.
that with Dazed and Confused, no matter where you grew up or like what time, that movie had the archetypes, like the characters hit all the archetypes that we could all relate to. You know, with like growing up in high school. You know, we had the jocks, we had the stoners, we had the people who were off by themselves. You know, it's an easily relatable movie.
Yeah.
So-
That's the question too. Like
Ashley is clearly Wooderson.
Which one was Wooderson again?
all right.
Oh,
Wooderson,
God.
yeah,
Lee
he's
Lee is
so-
Wooderson. Redhead. She
no,
loves
so-
those redheads.
no, well, that's true, but here's the thing: like Wooderson is actually the sad, pathetic character in that movie because he's the guy who's like in his 20s, who has no friends and no life, so he hangs out with the fucking teenagers to be cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so Redbeard is Wooderson.
Wow.
Wow.
I knew that was coming.
I think Redbeard would be that kid who was paddled. I don't remember that movie as well as you guys do, but so is there any love for American Pie? Because I actually love that movie because that movie came out right when I was in high school. I was like in grade 10 when I saw it.
Yep.
And
I haven't
still have
seen it
fond
in a
memories of
decade,
it.
so I don't know if it would hold up.
I could probably watch it and laugh my ass off at it, but I don't know that I could relate to it.
It's funny enough. The thing I take away most from it is that Shannon Elizabeth had a really good boob job, and that's about it.
Yeah, she did. Well, you know what? I do relate to that movie quite a bit. I do agree it's probably the least of those four movies I mentioned, but I really do love that movie. And I will say, if you've not seen American Reunion, it's worth watching, even if you didn't like the first two sequels. The fourth one's actually a really good movie, and at the very least, there's tits in it. So if you don't agree with me, you get to see boobs anyway.
Yeah,
So
there you go.
The last
Better
thing
than the
I
third.
remember about that movie is me making a Photoshop with Kareem Mays as Shannon Elizabeth and Chris Peters as
Wow.
the dancing guy.
that would
If you
be-
remember that.
I
Wow.
do actually remember it now.
Or you could just watch the sort of sequels they don't talk about. There were the direct-to-video ones, and they're just full of tits. Like if
Oh
that's
yeah,
what you're looking for.
They actually got some full frontal too, but
Yeah.
they don't quite have the. They don't quite. Well, you know what? I've actually seen all of them, and I actually watched them legitimately, not just fast forward for the tits part. The first one's not so great. The first two that actually feature Stifler's cousin, that actually have the same cast, they're actually both quite good. Like surprisingly good for direct-to-video movies. And then the last one I think is kind of dumb from what I remember, but yeah, they're actually not as bad as you'd think considering what they are.
Earth is calling an audible, and he is saying Roadhouse.
Oh yeah, Roadhouse is a good movie.
Roadhouse is a good movie.
That's a
actually.
movie I probably haven't seen in 20 years. I need to rewatch.
Wait, the Patrick Swayze movie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, but it's not really a high school movie. It's not.
No,
really
it's not, but
relatable.
it's
Yeah,
still
it's
a good
not-
movie though.
Oh yeah, damn right it is.
Goes
Well, no,
around.
but
and
we're not just
kicks
naming good
ass.
movies.
I know,
The
I
Terminator's
know.
a good movie too, but
Yeah, well, we were talking about relatable movies. Blah blah blah.
I'm curious where everybody else thinks what characters they are in Dazed and Confused, because you're right, it is very relatable.
I would.
Yeah.
I think Lee is Posey Parker, actually.
Wow.
Probably.
Wow.
I'm gonna have to look up the
And man,
fucking
I'd have a
cast.
lot of fun with myself if that was the case.
Yeah.
Can I be Mila Jovovich?
Sure.
Mm.
Getting into those pants. There we go. Good luck.
Earth is O'Banion.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, that's funny.
See, there's a sort of Dazed and Confused like a film from the 90s that I really love. It's called The
Oh,
Stoned Age.
Yes, I was gonna say, yeah, that's right.
I haven't seen that.
That's a good movie. That's funny as fuck.
Isn't there a Dazed and Confused Part 2? Didn't they sequelize
No.
that at some point?
Nope.
They sequelize.
Sequelize.
Okay, maybe I must be
Sequelizers.
I must be confusing it with something
Yeah.
else.
I think it was considered.
I think we could all be in agreement that Nick is Wiley Wiggins.
Mm.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay, you basically
Pretty
telling me
sure.
I have to rewatch this movie because I haven't watched it
I
for a
didn't
bit.
even know what movie we're talking about.
No,
Mitch Kramer.
Oh, Nick. Yeah. He would be.
Mitchy.
Uh,
He's the one that gets his ass beat by all the
Oh,
big kids.
he's like the main. He's the main character.
Yeah.
Okay, yes,
Actually,
I
no,
must.
that's Redbeard.
No, that's
Sorry.
Nick.
Sorry, so I'm not completely crazy. There is a sequel to Dazed and Confused that came out in 2016. It's called Everybody Wants Some. I have not seen it. I don't know what it's about, but apparently it's supposed to be the sequel to Dazed and Confused.
And it's probably just fucking shit. Terrible.
I don't even know if it
Made
has
for
to do with the
TV.
same characters. It might just no. It looks like it's a legit movie, but I don't know if it actually is even supposed to feature the same characters or not, or if it's like a brand new cast that they just. But yeah, there you go. There's a
Derek
fun thing
Comey,
that may
written
possibly-
directed by Richard Linklater, who did Days of Confused, and it just says nothing about it being a sequel.
I think it's more of a spiritual sequel.
Yeah,
perhaps, than a
that's
regular,
what it is.
Regular sequel, but because I don't know if it's actually the same. Like I don't know if it's even though it's different actors. I don't know if it's actually even meant to be the same characters or not.
Yeah, no, it's not the same characters. I think it's set in the 80s though. So it's like it's the new decade that the fucking Days of Confused is sort of like going towards.
Yeah. That is a solid movie. That actually is one of the few examples of 90s movies that I feel really hold up well.
Yeah.
And
Eric
to be
Gilbert,
fair, I mean, that
oh.
was an early 90s movie, so it was really probably most of the work, pre-production work was done in the late 80s.
Any love for the movie Suburbia?
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Suburbia.
Or like Empire Records?
Oh, I don't like Empire
Records.
Records.
Yeah, I've seen Empire Records. I didn't fall in love with it, so obviously.
Wasn't Suburbia that one where like this fucking music star is coming back to the hometown is like his stage name is like Pony or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that film. That wasn't too bad.
Is that with the guy from The Mummy?
What?
No.
No,
Brendan Fraser?
Brendan Fraser, yes.
No.
Okay.
No, it's got what's his name? It's got like Nicky Cat in it, Parker Posey, Giovanni Ribisi.
Good cast.
Okay,
Steve Zahn's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some good stuff in there.
Eric Gilbert is a big fan of Roadhouse, but he also loved Big Trouble in Little China.
We're not
Oh,
talking
yeah, that's
about
a great
fucking
movie.
those. Jesus Christ.
I know. I'm just keeping people involved. Fuck it. Jesus.
Better. Oh, by the way, better than 90s identifiable movie. Better than Days and Confused would be Singles.
Yeah, I'd agree with that one.
I watched it again recently. It was awesome.
Never seen it.
Good soundtrack. Chris Cornell.
The best soundtrack.
Oh. I don't remember the movie, but I do remember the soundtrack. Soundtracks used to be a thing. They're not really a thing anymore, are they?
Not as
Yeah,
much.
not as much.
I think we need a soundtrack for the Well and Piss Up.
Right?
I'll create a playlist.
It's gonna
No,
start.
not a
It's gonna.
playlist. It has to be like a CDR that we pass around.
It's gonna have to start with "Sweet Emotion" from Aerosmith.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. Dude looks like a lady.
Dude looks like a red beer.
There was a soundtrack from a movie in the 90s, and it was like every single song was a mashup of a hip-hop star and like a metal or hard rock. I can't remember what the fuck it was.
Well,
But that was probably
Oh,
one of
man.
the best. Oh, what movie was it?
Is that the one that had like Bone Thugs? And I know which one you're talking about. I know. Oh my god, I know this. Hold on.
Kids.
No, not Kids. That was a good movie though. That was another like good representation of people growing up in the.
Isn't it the one that has underage nudity and the guy rapes the girl and gets AIDS?
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
that was Kids. It
Yeah.
wasn't. Fuck! What the hell was that movie now?
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about too, and I'm trying to
Earth,
think about it.
Eric. I don't know. You guys are the same age. Come on.
I got it. Small Soldiers.
Nope, that's not it.
What? Because I remember Henry Rollins and Bone Thugs and Harmony had a song in that.
No, like
what I'm
every
thinking of.
single song on the album.
Dazed and Confused.
No, you fail. Anyways, it'll come to me later.
So,
It only stuck out to me because I'm a fan of both genres. So when that came out, I was like, oh, this is fucking fantastic.
Oh, so you like Limp Bizkit and Korn and stuff?
No, this was before that. This was before Limp Bizkit.
just the real shit.
I was just like, what's that one band? Oh God, from the
Oh,
90s.
Suicidal Tendencies?
Yeah, okay,
No.
Suicidal Tendencies, they did have a song on it. I'm almost
they?
positive they did.
It's
Limp
it's
Alright.
just-
Limp
It's like-
Bizkit, back when real music was being made.
yeah.
All right, carry on. I will do my research.
Back when no one could touch the Deftones.
I got it. Judgment Night.
Yes, thank you. Boom.
Oh
There
shit,
you go.
you're right.
Thank you.
I remember that film now. Yep.
Great soundtrack. Anyways.
I feel
not
this
know.
needs to spin off into a They Must Be Destroyed on Site special where we go over this genre.
I think we should all watch Judgment Night because I've never seen it.
No, I'm not watching it.
Oh, you
Sorry.
don't have to. It's fine.
Remember
Oh, I
when
won't.
remember when Ice-T had a metal band?
Yep. Cop Killer. Wasn't that what is the album with rap metal?
It wasn't even
Metal.
rap metal. He did straight up metal. It was
Really?
like straight up thrash metal.
Ice-T?
Yeah, Ice-T.
Wasn't that Cop Killer or like Public Enemy #1 or something?
See, if it was Ice Cube, I'd buy that. But Ice-T, I don't know. I've never been a fan of Ice-T.
Vanilla Ice, same with him. He did.
Oh
the,
yeah, he did a metal album.
Did he really?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
there's a metal version of Ice Ice Baby out there somewhere.
Wow, that's amazing.
He did it for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 5 soundtrack.
Teenage Mutant
Yeah, no,
Ninja
no,
Turtles.
Too cold.
Is his band Body Count? Fucking.
That's a body count. That's what
yeah.
it was. Yeah.
Chris is in the chat. Hi, gents. He's taking it easy tonight. He tied one on last night during the Raptors game, drinking all
Oh,
those
yeah.
Coors Light.
Tonight he's in the hot tub
Fucking pussy.
masturbating.
He was mixing Coors Light and American Hazy IPA Wales.
Ooh, classy.
There we go.
That's something Redbeard would do. Prove me
Well-
wrong, Redbeard.
Well, no. See, Redbeard would just be drinking hazy Canadian IPAs all day. Chris would
Oh.
be drinking the American ones.
That's gross.
Mm.
Speaking of which, Bellwood's released cans today to buy.
Oh, they did.
Yep.
Nice.
Wow.
Now, what's the when you say release like on their website or
Yep.
like for sale? Cool.
Yep.
I
It's a
could
new-
go check, but are the prices like reasonable or
Yep.
are they sort of in line with their bottles?
In line with bottles.
Okay, gotcha.
Crap.
Re-
Ash,
re-
I just remembered about the half hours on Earth.
Yeah, that's all right.
I had to check that today. I'll do that tomorrow.
Sure. As soon as everyone gets their order and I can send it off. So
Unless their list is drastically changed, those three that I listed.
well, again, they would have changed it like mid morning today, so I'm not
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, I'll take a look. I'll take a look tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I might place an order too.
Yeah, cool.
So speaking of Roadhouse, is like the Well and
Jesus
Piss
Christ.
Up going to have any fucking rules? Like, or is it going to be like fucking Roadhouse where it's like, all you have to do is follow 3 simple rules. 1, never underestimate your opponent. Expect the unexpected. 2, take it outside. Never start anything inside the bar unless it's absolutely necessary. And 3, be nice.
Well, I would say
No,
be nice.
it's got to be like the first 2 rules have to be repeated. You know, like the,
Like
don't
Fight Club?
talk about, don't talk Yeah, it's got to be something like that.
So okay,
First rule of well and piss up. Shut up, Redbeard.
here's the
Second
first
of
rule.
well and piss up. Shut up, Redbeard.
Yeah.
Respect my wife. Respect what she says, and then after that, whatever.
Shut up, Redbeard.
Shut up,
Redbeard. Yeah.
shut up,
That
Redbeard.
could be one of the rules.
Oh, yeah, true.
It's like
I was
written into the piss up's constitution.
Now,
to shut up,
Let me
Redbeard.
ask you: is respecting your wife the same thing as paying her tribute?
No cum tributes.
No, just I
Thanks
think
for clarifying, Nick. I was trying
the
to be subtle.
overarching idea is that I'm not hosting it; she's allowing it to happen. So, right?
When someone's whipped.
Eh, I know what side of my bread is buttered on. So there we go.
Oh wow!
You never piss off the giver of thy nookie.
You really should wash your sheets more often.
What does she like to drink?
Actually, Greg asked me that.
I
the other
already
night.
asked. She likes vodka or low carb wine.
Oh wow,
Some bullshit.
you remember that?
Wow.
I do. I respect your wife.
This is bullshit.
My wine drinking wife.
I do.
Do you know when you're coming?
Friday.
Can you hear me?
Friday.
I'm surprised it's not going to be here Wednesday.
When is this? What weekend is it again?
It's this weekend.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's like 2 days, man.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I got a problem. I'm gonna have to bail.
Yeah. Hey, Ewart, I
Yeah.
have a follow-up question.
Sure. Shoot. Fucking guy. I knew it. God damn it.
You knew he was gonna do it.
God damn it. As soon as I said, I'm like, I knew it. God.
That dude bails harder than Ewart does.
Wow.
He's up early, so
Bullshit excuse.
bullshit.
Oh,
Chris on the 10 says you should have called it the Welland cock chop.
Yeah,
Now the piss up is a tribute to the Manchester piss up, which entertained many.
And shorten many other lives.
yes, that's right. Speaking of shortening lives, I've got 2 land sharks that just need to be destroyed right now. So
Oh,
It must be destroyed on site, huh?
that's right.
just shake him and throw him off your balcony, man.
No, I
It's
got a
thinking
better
like a
plan.
human being.
Wait for the next car to go ripping by and just fucking bomb.
Just fucking launch it, man. There you go.
Actually, you should make a water balloon full of it and then throw that out. Versus a can, which could kill somebody.
Attach a note to it saying, "You just been jumped by the shark."
Well, I wonder though if you were to open it and then throw it, would it have emptied enough by the time it hit someone in the head for it to not cause permanent damage?
Depends on how much spin you put on it.
Yeah, it's all about the centrifugal force on it. I'll be right back.
Should I drink this next?
Sure.
Gin
What the
Gin
fuck?
and lime pilsner from Fuggles and Warlock.
Okay, is there like actual gin involved in this?
Says there is. Beer is infused with unruly gin.
Okay.
It
Yeah,
sounds
I would
interesting.
drink it just because I want to see what it does to you.
I don't think they can do that. I just think it's probably just botanicals, like junipers.
Yeah, I'm assuming.
It can't actually be gin.
Well, it says
Well-
ingredients: water, barley malt, wheat malt, limes, hops, gin, and yeast. So gin is actually listed in the ingredients list.
So they must have like de-alcoholized it a lot, like watered it down a super shit ton. What's the
percentage
alcohol?
on this thing? Try to find it. 5.3.
Yeah, so they basically did what they do to fucking coolers, but probably even worse. Like they just fucking wiped the alcohol right off of the goddamn thing. So you're just getting the gin flavor. So yeah, whatever.
It
Also-
was curious enough to like Fuggles and Warlock won an award or 2 or something at the Canadian Brewing Awards this weekend. So they sounded good.
Yeah.
But
See, I wouldn't even bother putting like getting real gin to put in. I was just like buy the botanicals and put them in instead. I don't know why.
oh, this is any good. I might buy another one to do a review on. For those of us who still do the reviews. All right, so let's pour
Wow,
this out.
that was a subtle shot at Lee.
I
Well,
don't give a
Not
fuck.
so subtle. All right, here we go.
There you go.
One big gauntlet, goblet, whatever the fuck you call it.
oh, that's got a neat smell to it.
This is Nick
Ooh.
during foreplay.
Might as well be foreplay. Ooh. It's got a nice smell to it.
Yes, we know.
Shut up, Greg.
Stop sniffing my pussy and put your tongue in there.
Oh, that's kind of neat. That's how you know,
It's
know,
got a
it's-
nice farmhouse aroma.
It's like it's half between good and terrible. So it's like, oh, that's got a neat smell to it.
I think we've all been there. We've kind of been like, I'm gonna do this. I don't necessarily know if I want to, though.
No, it's more like it's like she's gonna suck my dick and let me put it in her later. So yeah, I'm gonna do it. I don't give a fuck. Don't give a
Again,
fuck.
like I said before, as it is written, do not piss off the giver of Nainuki.
Exactly.
That's right.
Smells like fish, tastes like chicken. Plug your nose, keep on licking.
That's good. I've never
That's what
heard
he used.
that
That's what
before.
he used to say in school.
Every once in a while, Nick comes up with something funny. That's pretty.
Oh my god, I gotta tell my wife that. 1 second.
Oh god.
Oh, that's nice. Ooh. You really get the gin out of it. Like peppery and juniper berries.
Mhm.
Nice lime, like sweet lime taste.
You want to a new beer there, Nick?
Yeah, I'm drinking now a gin and lime pilsner from Fuggles and Warlock.
The fuck is that? Gin and lime.
It's a pilsner of actual gin added into it, apparently.
Like straight gin?
Well, it has
Okay,
to be de-alcoholized gin, right? Like either watered down or just the alcohol burnt right off of it or whatever.
Gotcha. Okay.
Mm.
Well, I mean, gin is really just what? Okay, you'll have to. I have to apologize. What's the base alcohol in gin? Because I know it's just a base alcohol with
Gin is
added-
just a spirit. It's just
It's
a neutral
just-
spirit.
a generic neutral spirit. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like just like any other sort of neutral spirit, and then you add all kinds of botanicals to it to get
Gotcha,
flavor or whatever. Right?
I mean, gin essentially at a base level is essentially flavored vodka.
Yeah, it's just flavor vodka.
Yeah, juniper flavored vodka is generally what it is, and the thing about gin is though it's so botanical, and most of those botanicals are classified as spices of some sort. It's so heavy in that you mix it with anything, you're pretty much straight up going to taste the gin and nothing else.
Yeah.
Mm.
But in this
Oh,
case,
that's-
it blends really well with the lime. It's nice.
Lime
Oh,
cuts
that's-
gin. That's
There's a weird, funky aftertaste, like maybe a slightly boozy aftertaste, but
See, I'm one of those people
probably
that,
all the botanicals.
see, I find a good gin, you just throw maybe an ice cube in it, and you can just drink it that way. I don't need to mix it with anything.
Yeah, you can like a good dry gin. You can just have it straight and it's fine. Although gin and tonic is my preferred way to go with it.
Gin and tonic is very tasty.
Yep.
Did you
Yeah,
ever?
you can't really go wrong. I've never been a fan of martinis.
Hey, Lee, did you ever get the gin thuya from Fistawa in Nova Scotia?
No.
Hopefully they send that down to you. They even got it down up here in what do you call it, the little Mickeys?
Oh yeah.
It's tasty stuff. Very, very potent gin. Anyway,
That was my grandfather's drink of choice. London dry gin.
Mm.
Water and 2 cubes, and that's it.
Eric
My
Gilbert
grandma's too.
says-
Most
Eric
old
Gilbert
ladies like
says-
gin.
Eric Gilbert says gin barrel beers are tasty. That'd be interesting, isn't it? Gin barrel beer.
Oh yeah. I imagine. I mean, just all the depending on what First off, straight up, you're gonna get juniper no matter what you do, and whatever the fuck else they add into it to make their brand of gin. It's a toss up, but
But not
Okay.
a lot of gin makers actually use barrels. They just
yeah,
they
that's
never touch its oak, so it's weird that I even hear that. So I've
Yeah,
never
that is-
seen a barrel aged gin before.
that is strange because it's usually like
there's the French one that they barrel age that's been around for a few years.
yeah, because it's
Can't think
usually
of it.
It's usually like rum where they just use like steel instead of wood.
Exactly.
You know what? Gin, I think, is kind of an interesting spirit because I think it's the closest thing to craft beer because they can. A lot of distillers can actually
What?
experiment.
I'd
okay.
say Scotch is more closer
Okay,
to
no,
craft
no,
beer.
hear me out for a second.
I'd say Canadian whiskey is. They can do a lot more than Scotch even can.
Okay, the point being is that any whiskey or Scotch requires 3 years to age. Gin, they can what is I don't know how long it takes to distill, like a day, 2 days, or whatever. They throw their botanicals in, they can try something different. So if a distiller wants to try a lot of different things fairly quickly, they can do that with gin. I mean, with whiskey and stuff, whiskey's great, but to try something new with whiskey, you got to stick in the barrel for at least 3 years before you get anything.
Before you get the proper character.
Yeah, that's my only point. That's my only point I'm saying is that with whiskey, it's a lot.
So it's kind of like talking about evolution, where it happens faster the shorter the generations are.
Yeah, like if a distiller wants to bring.
You've certainly got a point there where it's more immediate, but most like especially when you're talking about blended whiskey, most blended whiskeys I think are even more akin to like craft beer in a way because they do it straight up in the lab and they're trying all kinds of different malts and grains from everywhere and they're trying to get like the premium kind of fucking spirit they want to make to start with before they even consider putting it in a barrel anywhere. You know, so.
Well, I mean, of
Like
course,
for
you
some
can
of our
make the
stuff-
argument they're all barley based, so that also is an argument. But
That's not true.
okay, well, most of them are barley based. Scotch is barley based.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And
Canadian
it-
whiskey, like we'll go through 150 different recipes on a singular blend at times before they figure what they want to do.
I don't know.
I see what you're saying though, Greg.
Canadian whiskey is solid. My problem with Canadian whiskey in general is it's starting to creep up in terms of price, and it's starting to me to become less and less of a value. Whereas Scotch is going up in price, but it's not going up as fast. And so to me, Scotch and bourbon are always a better value.
Well, Canadian whiskey's hot right now. I mean, it's
there's a lot of good Canadian whiskeys out there. It's just I don't know if I'd put them in the same ballpark price wise as like a good Scotch.
Well, I don't know. They're just
Very
finally
few.
making actually good Canadian whiskey. I mean,
Yeah.
it depends, I guess, what kind of Scotch you like.
Well, that's the problem.
It's stuff from Wiser's and Chivas Regal.
Well, that's the problem with a lot of. And again, I know it depends what you like,
Fucker.
but like if you're talking like some of the Wiser's products, you know, they're square barrel products. They're what in the $60-$70 range, and I mean that puts it usually within $10 to $30 of a pretty good single malt Scotch. And generally speaking, again, I know it depends what you like taste wise, but I would usually prefer the single malt Scotch in most of those circumstances, and I'm okay with paying a little bit more money for that.
You're a basic bitch. You're a basic bitch.
I'm okay with paying a bit
Probably.
more for like a bottle of Scotch that I don't drink very often, but I sip every once in a while. So it's tasty stuff.
What? Hey, Ewart, I don't know if you can answer this or not. What is big in the Chinese and Japanese market right now?
Fuck if I know.
Scotch.
Yeah.
Scotch is big in all Asian markets, pretty much.
Yeah.
Here's the thing in Asian
Bourbon,
markets
too.
in
That's where
general.
the money is. Whatever
Here's-
they're drinking, that's where it's going.
Here's the thing with Asian markets in general. Asian people, for the most part, are newer money, and they tend to go with whatever's trendy. So if Scotch is the trendy thing, that's what they go with.
It's
you know,
bourbon. Bourbon's huge right now.
I think also
bourbon's going up
for
there too.
I think also for Asian markets, it's not even so much trend as it's they want to get their hands on stuff they were never able to get their hands on before, and they want something traditional from somewhere else too.
It's status related with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Everything's status related.
It's like in Toronto, every Asian person has to have a Canada Goose jacket.
Oh,
because-
don't even get me on
God.
the topic of that dumb shit.
And don't let any of them drive.
No,
Okay, now you're getting into stereotypes.
Okay, first off, Greg, do either you or Agnes have a Canada Goose jacket?
no.
Do you or your wife have a Canada Goose jacket?
No answer.
No. Okay.
I don't think so. My guess is not. Since it was,
For the Southern
He
Ontario
had to think
market,
about it.
it's the most ridiculous item ever. They're fucking rated for like -50. It never even gets close to that.
Well,
in our
okay.
area.
Listen, I don't have a problem with somebody buying a jacket that's overly warm. I don't like Canada Goose for other reasons. If you want to get a jacket that's overly warm, I've got a parka that's pretty warm. That's probably way warmer than I need for Toronto. It doesn't matter; it keeps me toasty. But I just don't like Canada Goose. Their whole philosophy, how. First of all, it's like, well, you don't really need to have a coyote around your neck because
That's
it
true.
doesn't really help you with warmth at all. I mean, from an animal cruelty point of view, and I don't like their whole, well, we make shoddy jackets, but because they're Canadian, we charge you a premium price, and then we go up $100 a year. So that same parka that cost you $900 a few years ago is now $1,200.
Yeah.
And on top of that, we don't really like. They're not Gore-Tex. They're not waterproof. Like they're not really. There's a lot of features they're missing that other.
They're not even
high-end
waterproof?
jackets have.
They're not even
No,
waterproof.
they aren't. No, I'm not gonna say all of them aren't waterproof, but most of them are not waterproof.
That's fucking. Funny.
Where something like Arc'teryx, most of their winter jackets are actually waterproof. So it's like, I'm a fan of Arc'teryx jackets, and again, they're probably overkill for what most people need too. I happen to like them, but I don't like Canada Goose jackets. But they're also a trendy thing. I don't generally like things that Asian people like. Pardon my casual racism.
Fucking
Casual racism.
bigot. Casual racism.
Such a bigot.
It's almost enthusiastic with Greg sometimes.
Same reason why I don't own a pair of Yeezy running shoes either. Because I don't
Yeezy?
want to.
I never even heard of that brand.
Yeezys.
Oh,
Yeezy.
Yeezy. Oh, fuck Kanye.
Yeah, because I don't want to be a white guy that looks like an Asian dude trying to be a black guy.
Jesus Christ.
I just wouldn't want to be associated with that fucking bullshit non-artist fucking Kanye in the first place.
Yeah,
Kanye,
exactly.
fucking no talent ass clown winning Grammys.
Yeah,
he is no talent. Grammys don't mean shit.
Unfortunately, his shoes are popular among the Asians that want to be black.
He's a fucking he's a fucking hack and he's a fucking crazy person.
Like I said, like I've told you guys many times, I work in a very, very rich area of Toronto, and it's also a very touristy area, so you get a lot of like Asian people from China.
People with Etobicoke condo money, you mean?
No, people that have more money than Etobicoke condos. Believe it or not, Nick, there's actually a such thing.
So are you saying you're living in like the assisted housing department of the condo kind of in Etobicoke where you only can afford $12,000 a month rent or something?
Okay, Nick, compared to where I work, where I live is like Flint, Michigan.
Water and all.
Wow.
Yeah. No, where okay, Nick, I literally witnessed traffic jams of Lamborghinis. So I just want to put that in perspective for you, how wealthy some of these people are. Like, there's one guy who decided he was going to bring in his LaFerrari and his Bugatti Veyron one day, so he had his friend drive them both in because he couldn't decide which car he wanted to drive in, so he had his friend drive in one and he drove in the other on the way home.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
This is the kind of rich people we're dealing with. The dude I'm talking about actually owns a watch shop that sells like $50 million watches or whatever.
Holy shit!
Yeah, but whatever. There's stupidly wealthy people in this area, but it's also very touristy area. So you got a lot of Asian people, whether they're tourists or locals, that all want to have the trendy stuff. So it's always funny when you got like these $400 running shoes, and often because they buy them on the secondhand market, they're actually like $1,000 running shoes, and they're wearing them like in the middle of winter through snow, just getting the shit beaten out of them. It's like, well, maybe you could just afford a cheap pair of winter boots and not wreck your stupidly expensive running shoes. I'm just throwing it out there, but.
You know what we need as far as Asian immigrants, we need more Mongolians coming over here because they understand cold weather.
They do understand cold weather.
Throat singing.
Yeah, and Guy would get along with them really well.
Would get
along. You know what, Lee? You've said a lot of good things for years, and that's probably the best thing you've said. I want to introduce more Mongolians to Toronto. And you know what? If they become too troublesome, then we'll just build a wall. It'll be fine.
Yeah, and they'll form the Golden Horde and they'll fucking start attacking. Yeah. Eric Gilbert in the chat. Eric Gilbert in the chat says gin barrel beers are tasty. His favorite go-to gin drink is a Negroni, and I can't remember what that is, but that's one I've heard of that I want to try at some point. And he said barrel gin are rare, but there are ones available. Yes,
I'll take your word for it.
I gotta look that up. Negroni. I'm glad you reminded me of that, Eric.
It's
Gilbert.
a fairly popular drink, gin-based drink. Off the top of my head, I can't think of what's in it, but it's fairly
Italian cocktail, 1 part gin, 1 part vermouth rosso, and 1 part Campari, garnished with orange peel.
So I gotta find vermouth. Where the fuck can I find that?
You can get some vermouth, baby.
So the problem with vermouth is it's wine-based, so you have to basically drink it really fast, or it starts tasting like shit really quickly.
What's that, vermouth or Campari?
That shit.
No, vermouth. I don't even know what the fuck Campari is.
Yeah, what is Campari?
Vermouth is aromatized, fortified white wine. Campari is an alcoholic liqueur.
Oh man, this drink would knock you on your fucking ass. It's like 3 fucking alcohols mixed together
for a total of 5 ounces.
Yeah. That would fuck you up. No, I think I'll stay away from these because I want to do day drinking with my drinks. So it's like a good gin and tonic or a fucking mimosa or something like that is like the perfect day drinking drink.
I thought mimosa was a fruit.
It is a fruit. I have a mimosa tree in my back lot.
Oh, up by your new house?
Oh yeah.
He uses his dog poop to fertilize it.
Exactly. It's mimosa fruit poop style, dog poop shit.
Mimosa fruit poop.
I'm sort of a fan for the most part, with the exception of vodka, which I don't want to drink vodka in any form, but if I have to, I'll mix it with something. But for the most part, any good alcohol, I basically want to drink it straight up. You know, if it's a little strong, maybe I'll throw an ice cube or a little water in it. But I find, you know, like even a decent gin, like I kind of just want to taste the gin. I don't really want to taste the tonic as much.
Yeah, I'm not buying top shelf gins. I mean, if I was going to buy a top shelf gin, I'd probably drink it straight. But if I'm just buying like these fucking bathtub gins, like fucking Bombay and shit like that, I'm straight up mixing it with fucking tonic.
Oh, fair enough. Well, you know what, Bombay. What's the green one? Tanqueray,
whatever it is. Yeah,
Tanqueray, bitches.
You know, I mean, they're not high end, but I think both of those are very good gins.
They're all good. Beefeater. They all do the job.
You know what? Even what was it? Gordy's gin is not terrible. Now that is one you definitely want to mix, but it's not a terrible gin. It's just a little cheaper than the rest.
Yeah, well, here's the key to most fucking spirits on the shelf. You're rarely going to find one that's actually terrible, that's like poorly made, because they won't sell and they won't be on the shelf anymore. That's because the price point is too high for people to be buying it if it's shit.
Well, in Canada, in the States, they don't have as many laws, so you can often get like, oh, well, I can get this bottom barrel gin for like $10 a handle. It's like, well, I'll buy it. Why not?
Yeah. In the States, it will happen a lot more frequently. And here's the thing: like, I've seen this now with the NSLC. It's sort of purchasing power becoming a bit more prominent, and how our store became an A store, so we're getting more selection. All of a sudden, you'll start to see some of these really shitty bourbons that have filtered into the market that have like great packaging. Like they got the super fucking hipster modern packaging and shit that looks so fucking attractive. And then you buy a bottle of it and you take it home and it tastes like fucking, you know, like
assholes.
Printer ink or something like that. You know, like it's I should maybe be cleaning my windshield with this or some shit, you know. Like,
marketing.
Well, that's the problem with a lot of whiskeys. Is whiskeys to me don't always work. In fact, often don't work like craft beer does. I'm not even gonna say whiskey. I'm gonna say liquors in general, because you know with craft beer normally we can say, well, the big guys aren't as good and the small guys are generally tastier. As an overall thing, that's often the case. But with whiskeys, it's like it's not necessarily like a Jim Beam bourbon. Like Jim Beam itself probably is not that great. I don't even know if I've ever had it before. But like Jim Beam does, they do make some good products though. They make Knob Creek, they make Booker's, they make Baker's. All those are really solid bourbons. Yes, they are sort of created to always taste the same. You're not going to get differentiation from them. but they're all very solid bourbons, and they're not crazy expensive. Whereas, like even at my local duty-free shop, they keep having all these small batch bourbons from different little distilleries. But are they necessarily good? I don't know. And they're all quite expensive. They're more expensive than the big name stuff. And I've had small batch stuff from local guys that do. It's not Scotch, but it's Canadian single malt, which it's like Scotch replica, and they're not particularly good, and they're quite expensive. Like there's a place called Stillwaters. They charge for their Scotch like $100. Their Canadian single malt $100 a bottle, and it's only aged for approximately 3 to 3.5 years.
Oh fuck that!
Oh fuck! What about Glenora? Glenora from Cape Breton. That's not that.
No, their stuff is bad.
Well, that's the thing is like, and I listen. I understand that these guys need to make some money, and honestly, their product is not that bad. But when you take the price into account, it's like, well, you're charging me more than I can get a bottle of Lefroy quarter cask for, and your product is not as good. Like it's just that's sort of the problem, and I actually sympathize with these guys a lot because I know they have to charge that much to make their money. But at the same time, it's like, well, I mean, as a consumer, I don't necessarily want to buy your product just to support local when I can buy something that's legitimately Scottish for less and it's better. Sorry,
yes. I mean, isn't there like a rule where in order to be considered Scotch, it has to be made in Scotland?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. Just like bourbon has to be made in the U.S. and Canadian whiskey obviously has to be made in Canada.
Well, I mean, it has to, like, the ingredients all have to come from basically from Scotland. Like, there are examples of Heaven Hill, for instance, bottles certain brands of Scotch. So, like, the Scotch actually gets sent over to them, and they bottle and distribute it. So
okay,
that's true.
Well,
We actually do that as well in our company.
yeah.
Yeah,
Bald
Stillwater's the distillery I was just talking about. They actually do that as well. They rebottle. I don't know if they actually market it as Scotch, but they do. They do bring over Scotch from Scotland, and they rebottle it as well. I've never tried their stuff, but apparently they actually do pretty good blending. So,
I mean, in the U.S. does the same to Canadian whiskey. Like you see all those backroom bathtub fucking Canadian whiskeys that Rontario fucking reviews on his fucking
bathtub gin.
On his fucking Don Busters piss ups or whatever he fucking does.
We need a good fucking
you know
shit
what?
up
Like
for his
there's
channel.
You need a piss up
you
for
know
this
what?
channel.
There is the
A shit up.
there's
There's
the products that basically get sent from Canada to the U.S. and bottled there. Like there's Masterson's whiskey and Whistle Pig, which are both apparently quite good, but they're bottled in the U.S. and then by the time they make it back to Canada, or even if you buy it in the U.S., they're super expensive. Like I think they're in the range of around $150 a bottle, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna for a 10-year-old whiskey. I'm sorry, I'm not spending $150 a bottle. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Even though I've heard it's really good, it's just not gonna happen. It's a ripoff for the age anyway. But even if you go really basic Scotch, like I don't particularly like blended Scotches for the most part. I will say Johnny Walker Black is always really good. But if you're going for something like you want single malt, a Glenmorangie 10, a Glenfiddich 12, a Glenlivet 12, all those are quite good, and for what they cost, you're not going to be disappointed. They're not the
if I
greatest.
recall correctly, Glenlivet 12 was pretty cheap.
Yeah, I mean, depending where you buy it, I've seen it as cheap as $35 a bottle Canadian at duty free.
Wow.
There, obviously, it's a little bit more expensive, at your local liquor shop. But it's not a bad Scotch. It's not a particularly exciting Scotch, but
Isn't it like the more like the Budweiser of Scotch? Like it's the mass-produced Scotch.
oh, it certainly is. But still, it's a basic single malt that's readily accessible. But it's also popular for a reason, right? Whereas, Budweiser is sort of popular because shit people like to drink shit beer, but most no. But the thing is, there's a very low common denominator for beer. Whereas with Scotch, it's like to enjoy a single malt Scotch, unless you're just buying it to mix it with Coke or something.
Yeah.
You sort of have to have at least a certain degree of taste because you're not going to be able to enjoy a Scotch unless you're able to at least develop your palate to a certain extent. And again, I don't think you're buying Glenlivet 12 because you want to dump it in a thing of Coke. You're probably going to buy Ballantine's Finest or whatever the cheap shit.
Oh
cheapest
man, you wouldn't even.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you'd be buying Scotch. You just get some like Canadian Classic or Canadian Club or
Canadian
basically.
Club 12 year or something.
Yeah, basically. So I think that's where the difference is, that it's just a higher low denominator. Like I'm sure the guys who are really Scotch aficionados would be like, "Oh, Glenlivet 12, I'd never drink that." But you know what? I've drank it plenty of times, especially when you're in something like Cuba where they don't have a huge selection, and it's like, would you like a Scotch or would you like a shitty Cuban rum?
There's plenty of
I'll
people
take
out there that'll
Scotch.
buy a Glenlivet 12 or something bottle just because they want to buy a bottle of Scotch that are like uninitiated. I mean, really, it's almost like snobbery at that point if you're like, "Oh, Glenlivet 12 is the shit, is crap." Like, no, it's not bad.
It's not.
It's what the peons drink in the Scotch world, yes, but if somebody's just looking for Scotch, then yeah, it's good, perfectly serviceable.
No, exactly. It's good, but I won't drink it. It's beneath me.
Of course it is.
You fucking snob.
The only thing that's not
fuck! I
beneath
drink
you is
better
your wife.
stuff.
Anyway, I've had this link up here for a while now. This is the Gin Thuya from Fist of Wap in northern New Brunswick.
Oh yeah,
It's won a double gold medal at the San Francisco World Spirits Competition.
Wait, what's in
It's
the
actually-
background? Hold on, go back to that, Nick. Go back 1 second.
It's like
What
a
is
bear-
going on in the background there?
It's like a barrel. And
No. Beyond
some
those
ginger.
pictures, behind the pictures,
Oh, up here, more
Yeah,
barrels
it's
and a beer.
are they a gin company or what are they?
Well, they brew beer too.
Ah,
So they got New Brunswick beer. They also have a Brut, Grand Vicaire, Maple Cream Ale. I haven't really tried a lot of these stuff because they're fucking expensive. Oh, remember that beer that blew up in me at Chad's that time I brought it up? That was this one. Their barley wine. The one where I said where it blew up and I was like, Jesus fuck.
Oh, I got a nice beer. Wow.
Yeah, the Carrick Flyer. I actually reviewed that up at Chad's that year. It was good. I remember it being decent. I've had Stella Marie too, a beer guard.
Canadian Pale Ale, wheat beer,
Captain Craig, Beausoleil, oyster. Ooh, they got an oyster stout now.
Okay.
I had the Messe Blanche one time and it wasn't that great. It was flat.
Wheat and yeast.
Probably
beer.
better now.
Doppel Weizenbach. Fuck that shit.
I might have to track this Beausoleil down now.
Yeah, that looks interesting. Does it give you any like fucking notes on it or anything, or just like
Click on it and find out.
see if they actually use real oysters or?
Resulting partnership from Fist de Wap, Petit Paquetville, and Maison Beausoleil of Neguac. Fairly substantial dark ale with restrained roasty characteristics.
They don't say.
It doesn't really. Beausoleil means tribute to Joseph Broussard of said Beausoleil, who was a settler militiaman born in 1702 at Port Royal, Annapolis Royal, so near you. Anyway, so
I'm seeing their fucking flavor notes right away, and they're not saying anything about any sort of salty characters. So it's like,
yeah, I don't see anything.
probably no real oysters. Like this is fuck that.
Hey, gotta give him credit for credit's due. No diacetyl.
Oh,
No diacetyl.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about having actual oysters in it, but I would assume it does if they're calling it an oyster stout.
You're an oyster, Nick.
It's not like Gahan calling it a pumpkin beer with no pumpkin.
it might be. It might be.
Okay.
Right.
With a
Oh,
pumpkin.
wow, I didn't notice that they made a spruce beer.
Huh.
I think I've actually seen that label here.
Ooh,
There's spruce in it.
I would like a spruce beer.
Bruce. Yeah.
Just gonna head to the comments really quick. Jamie was like, "Good night, fellas. Off to bed. Fun hanging out with you tonight."
Jamie,
Yeah, I was like,
Way to abandon us, Jamie Jerk.
15 minutes ago.
Eric Gilbert. I use Lillet Rouge. Suttons.
Suttons.
I don't know what Lillet Rouge is. Maybe someone can.
Yeah.
That'd be for his Negroni.
Oh, Negroni. Okay. Eric Gilbert. Geez, sons. Muskoka makes oak rested gin now. They make a decent beer, and now on to decent spirits. And $30 for a 90 proof oaked gin booze shopping. And finally, a collective farts made gin. Red breeds.
Yeah.
doorway into hard liquor, not hazy. Yeah. There we go. Oh god,
Collective Arts, Jim.
that's not
You know
good.
what? We got a whole bunch of the Collective Arts ciders here.
God, we do not want Redbeard getting into hard liquor. That's gonna be a fucking.
No, that'd be a bad idea.
Oh, it's the worst
No,
idea ever.
Has anybody tried the
it's
Collective
bad
Arts?
enough. Bad enough.
They're
he fries
ciders?
his mind
Yeah,
with all the
they're,
weed he
the
has.
Collective Arts ciders.
Yeah, they're all right. I've seen them here and there. They're always available at the brewery, and I've seen a few show up at the LCBO.
I'm kind of curious about them just because I know I see them sitting there. I have no idea how old they are because I haven't been paying attention to them.
Well, I mean, a cider's a cider. I don't really. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't really think a cider really. I don't know what the word I'm looking for.
Yeah. All I know is there's like 2 or 3 varieties of them here now. I'm just like I've never even heard of Collective Arts cider.
I think cider as a whole is pretty stable for a shelf life, so I don't really think it matters how old it is, unless it's a dry hop cider, or it has like a.
They're apple and cherry cider and local press.
Yes, local press seems familiar.
Gluten free. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question. What can I get from Glutenberg here now?
Nothing that you would want.
I'd like to try their stout. We get their blonde ale, American pale ale, and the IPA, which the IPA actually won one of the awards or something.
Well, Ethan's chatting in. He's saying hello. You guys are my fave group to watch live.
That's kind of creepy.
That's not saying much.
Well, I'm glad you found a bunch of degenerates that you can relate to. So there we go.
Yeah,
Cheers.
you found a bunch of
Cheers, fool.
either middle-aged or approaching middle-aged white males who have nothing better to do but to get drunk on a Wednesday.
Yep.
Yeah.
There we go. Well, hello, Ethan. Hope you're having a good night.
Hope you're getting drunk, son.
Crunked. Holy fuck, I gotta piss. I'll be right back.
I will say we've been far more on top of comments tonight as we have been in the past. So
Yeah, we're being very mature tonight, which
Yes.
is weird.
and it's a team effort too, Lee. Good job, buddy.
Yeah.
Good job.
I'm gonna go get a beer. So you take up your half of the teamwork while I'm away.
Yeah, I will pick up the slack and
Yeah.
we'll keep this lively entertainment show going by myself. Because Greg's too busy looking like a douche with that hat on. And Ewert's probably getting some warm milk and some dry toast. So, yeah. Here we are.
Hello?
Just me and Ewert and his
Hello?
warm milk and his toast.
Hello?
Hello?
Is this thing on?
What?
Where's Nick?
Nick went to go take a power dump, and Lee went to go get some beer.
Mute him.
No, there you go. There you go. So is that the last of your Bill Woods 97?
No.
No.
I
How
ordered
many-
2.
How many did you buy? 6?
Something like that.
Yeah.
We had a couple.
Have you
Spacing
taken
them out.
Spacing them out? Yeah, yeah. They're hard hitting, right? So you gotta space
Oh, yeah.
that
Well,
shit
they're
out.
treats. They're treats.
They are treats, yeah, because you definitely wouldn't want to drink a whole bunch. Like there's no point drinking a whole bunch at once.
Exactly. There's
Yeah,
that,
there's no point.
It's just an itch scratcher.
You got it. Have you had a moment to take a look at the Half Hours on Earth lineup, or
Oh, no. Do you have
I'm-
to keep present yourself?
who? Me?
Can you present?
No.
Oh, no. Okay, I'll look it up.
I was thinking of doing a either a Blood Brothers or a Little Beasts order.
Or which one?
Little Beasts.
But the other one's Blood Brothers. Yeah, they do some good stuff.
Yeah, they make some solid beer.
Yeah, actually, that one would be more interested in if you're doing something. Bees. No.
Yeah, bees. Yeah, I'm always a little weary about honey and beers. I mean,
Well, I
ha-
typically like them, to be honest with you, but just, I don't know, $11 a bottle. Nah.
well, I mean, Half Hours on Earth, all of their stuff is it's meant to be drank fresh anyways. So I mean, really, if you're following their drink fresh, store cold, drink fresh, then anything honey related should be fine.
Ooh,
I agree. It's not really exciting sounding. Like it's
necessary juice. Sounds interesting.
Is that the double IPA?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one really intrigued me. Probably grab 4 cans of that.
Oh shit!
They have a coupage on there too. Which is
Bloomin' Trippin'. Bloomin' Trippin' flowing under. Uses butterfly pea flowers.
What the fuck are those? I saw that too. I'm like, what the hell is a butterfly?
I have to ask for that. That may be an interesting color. That may be that. What's that weird pea that makes something like purple?
A pea that makes something purple?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What?
What?
Some of you fellas need to learn to recognize the signs of an STD.
What? Why? Are you implying that some of us might be, in the vicinity of getting one, or?
I'm implying that some of you guys may not think before you stick your dick somewhere.
What?
Especially Nick.
What?
Like if computers could give him an STD, oh boy.
Listen, if there's one thing I'm always considering where my dick goes.
It is a very good thing to consider.
That's right. You only get one. Unless
Like
you're
I
John Wayne Bobbitt.
always consider, I think this is something every man has ever thought about, that if you're ever confronted with the possibility of having sex with Asian twins, would you do it? And obviously every man would be like, of course you would.
If they're hot, yeah.
Yeah, oh well, of course, obviously hot, but believe it or not, there are some men out there that actually wouldn't.
Yeah, some men are very they'd rather, remarry someone who kind of looks like their ex. Just saying.
Lee, I have no idea what you're talking about, but because I know that you're a very truthful person, I'm sure what you're saying is probably 100% accurate. I'm only basing that on the fact that I know you're somebody who doesn't lie very often, if ever.
That is true.
What?
Don't question it.
You were just play back the show. You'll understand.
What?
Oh, well, Ethan has an interesting story.
No, he doesn't. I don't think so.
Oh, let's just go with it.
All right.
I was like, I said, I hope you're having a good night. And he's like, no, not a good night. I'm finding joy in my neighbor's fight every night now for 3 days, being oddly professional, guys. Fucking creepy, from Eric. And then Ethan's like, and the guy who lives there got arrested for stealing TVs to buy meth.
Wow.
It's a good week. I'm rooting for the meth head, he says.
Jesus.
Eric
Wow.
said Eric was like, never heard of Little Beasts. No, I've heard of Little Beasts. I mean, Ewart has as well. I think what Ewart was just saying is that if given the choice between Little Beasts and Blood Brothers, you choose Blood Brothers. And Earth said Moonless and Moonless Daydreams sound interesting.
I don't know if I've ever had anything Blood Brothers, but I've had a couple things from Little Beast. Pretty sure.
Well, Earth, if you get in contact with Joe and you put an order through Joe to get through me, I will make sure it gets done. So.
Wow, Ashley Sexton is just ruling the roost.
Mhm.
Well, no, I mean, I'm getting money for this. It's not like I'm taking a profit.
Oh, okay.
Losing
So
money.
so you're being paid, so it actually works out better for you.
No, I'm not getting paid. I mean, I'm putting the order in for everybody, but I'm getting your fucking money.
This is actually for your benefit, Ashley Sexton. You're actually improving your own life.
No, I'm not improving my life whatsoever. It's actually a fucking nuisance.
I feel
Take it easy. Take it relax. Okay.
Yeah, what he's
said
not
it.
telling you is he's actually getting Rod J deals, so he is
Yeah,
pocketing some of that money.
I actually have a side deal with Half Hours on Earth. I'm getting like half off everything.
I've
Yeah.
actually heard a rumor that you're actually paying out of your own pocket to have a dome put over the Niagara Mall.
I am.
So that's better to shop when there's like 8 feet of snow on the ground.
Just over my store, though. Just over my store.
Also tinted windows so people can't film you when you're doing nefarious deeds.
Within my store?
Like Mr. Chris Lezak likes to film you through the window.
Hey man, he didn't show up the other day like he said he would, so I don't know.
Oh well, not that you saw.
Not that I saw. Yeah,
Like he did say, I was like, I'll see you on my camera or whatever the fuck he said. That creepy fuck.
some creepy shit.
Let's be honest, Chris Lezak is unreliable because he's like a compass. You know, he's going in one direction, but suddenly something attracts him the other way, like a vagina, and he bye guys.
He's attracted in one direction.
In
Whoa,
one erection,
whoa, okay, I get that joke.
Wow.
in one erection, apparently.
Nick, did you want to comment on how reliable Chris is to get you things?
Yeah, right. I'm still waiting for my stuff from 2 years ago.
Thank you, Chris.
I mean, I love Chris, but don't get me wrong. I just don't.
I believe he's currently boiling them in the hot tub for you before he gives them to you. He wants to make sure they're of the optimal flavor.
Yeah, the optimal.
Well, yeah, all the IPAs that I left at his place are pretty well aged.
Ironically, I'm pretty sure Ashley drank them all.
Man, there's packing material and a box there I left behind from the beer mail that I sent him before the festival last year. I'm like, here, can you pack? I'll pay for the shipping. I'll pay for any packing material you have. When are you going to do it?
See,
haven't heard
Nick,
back.
if you send me shit, I guarantee you I'll only steal half of it. I will send you the other half.
Just a half.
I know you're a little bit more reliable, Greg. I know you at least I may have to pay for it, but you always send me mail.
Oh, you'll definitely pay for it, but I'll definitely overcharge you. But at least you'll get it eventually.
Yeah, I don't mind paying for the shipping. I mean, fuck, it's for me, right?
When are we doing Thomas Hardy?
Greg, did you drink my Thomas Hardy's?
No, Nick. I've got
No, he drank Redbeard's Thomas Hardy.
I've got Thomas Hardy's for everyone except for Redbeard because he's chosen not to pay me for it. So, but for everyone else, I believe all the Thomas Hardy's have been delivered except I think I have 2 for Ewart and 2 for Nick. I don't think there's anyone else that I'm missing at this point.
Yeah, because you were.
So I
gonna do a beer mail and it gets pushed off
will
on it.
deliver those at the fest.
That's funny. And
Yeah,
you know, you were when I was up in Windsor, and I remember you saying a while back it was either there's tons of KBS or CBS hanging around. There are tons of it in fucking Windsor. Like,
Yeah.
why is there so much of that shit there? It's so
I
funny.
Yeah,
have no
Thomas
idea.
Hardy's kind of a
Because
shelf turd in Toronto.
They ship it all towards Ewart because they know he won't drink it.
What's it? You said you saw KBS? I didn't see any of that.
Okay, well then it's CBS. Fuck,
Yeah,
whatever.
No,
I'm just mixing it up.
CBS.
Whatever.
There's a decent amount around still.
It's because
That's crazy.
the consumers have a conscience and founders are a bunch of racists.
I don't.
Yeah.
I will buy it all.
Racist
I was
founders.
told. I think I was told they just dropped the price on it, didn't they?
Yeah.
Well, I've seen it in my area
Oh, good.
and I've passed it up and it's
Mm.
gone away, but I just can't believe that there's so much in Windsor. It's funny.
This year's CBS is quite good. I liked it a lot more than I liked last year's CBS.
The hell are you drinking out of?
Didn't last year's
Oh my god!
It's my Steam Whistle big ass Oktoberfest
That's
mug.
a big ass
Oh.
mug there.
They should have
And I
that
had
with a.
two Land Sharks
They
in
should
it.
have like a
It's not
metal
good.
lid on that, like a stein. Turn that into a stein.
That would be nice. My dad
Safety
actually
seal.
has a really. My dad actually has a really nice.
You got your own purity seal that you can lift up. It will.
Oh,
Couple
that would be
mugs.
amazing.
Now,
I should
Steam
show
Whistle
you
hasn't-
guys one of this time. My dad has a pretty nice collection of steins. Like
Does
he's got about 20 or 30 of them. They're quite cool.
I think Steins are stupid. No wonder they lost 2 world wars.
Wow.
Those fucking Nazi fucks.
Did not see that coming.
Wow.
Did not see that coming. Now, Steam Whistle hasn't really made any statements on social media about this stupid fucking purity seal, have they?
No, I kind of assume like the whole company policy is like just shut up and
Just-
let's get them out of there.
I think they're shutting up about it. They're probably using up what they have, and I suspect it'll go
Mhm.
away. The funniest thing for those who didn't see the chat is I always like to give them shit. Every time I see a post on Steam Whistle, I make a comment on the purity seal. It's funny because people will always answer me and give me serious answers. Like I asked them why don't they have purity seals on their bottle, and some guy answers, "Oh, because with a bottle your mouth is not supposed to touch it, but with a can it does."
Because they sterilize each fucking can.
And it wasn't a fucking dude that was just like fucking like trolling me. He was just legitimately serious. I didn't want to say anything back to him because it's just some dude that's just literally trying to be helpful. And it's like, I know
He's
he's
trying.
You know what the sad thing is? He thinks you're the crazy one.
Exactly. And I'm just like, I don't really want to be an asshole to you because I think you're legitimately your heart's in the right place.
And
But at the same time, you're
developmentally challenged as well. Yeah.
You're
You're a
an
fucking idiot that missed the fucking point.
All right. Ethan was like, "Why does Greg look like a Caitlyn Jenner fucked Miss Daisy?" That's the point.
The answer is why not?
Why not? Eric Gilbert was like, "But Little Beast Run
2019.
Santa Run was great, and the Nihilist Imperial Stout was fucking outstanding. I'm sure it was." Ethan's like, "I'm gonna record his meth head neighbors fighting and put it on YouTube. Ethan's beer review brawl edition. Not a bad idea."
You might
That would
want
be
to check
amazing.
first and see if you have single party consent in your state before
There you
do it.
go. Good point. There we go.
Oh,
Um,
wow! I didn't know that was a thing that existed.
And Ethan's like, since it's warm and they fight outside now,
Public access.
maybe World Star Edition. Eric Gilbert's getting really excited about this shit. Ethan's like, Thomas Hardy is garbage. Eric's
Oh,
wrong.
Ooh.
Eric's like, what's up, Eric? And then Ethan's like, CBS
Sup,
is
Eric?
garbage too.
Fuck
And
you,
then
Ethan.
Eric is drinking a dab. Wow.
yeah.
Sure.
Hey, he knows good beer.
And then
We need to-
Ethan's,
we need
but
to
that
do
Four
dabs.
Loco though, Ethan's all about that Four Loco. Eric is Founders
I
can
think-
fucking blow
I think
me.
Ethan's trying to troll.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Ethan, he goes loco for those locos. And Earth, I want to know who the sorry sack is that in this backhand cutting tinfoil purity seal with scissors. Yeah, right.
He's in the back, cutting the tinfoil seals.
Yeah, thanks for rereading that because I fucking butchered it. And didn't you have a job to figure out from your like mechanical engineer friends? What the fuck's going on with that?
What was the question?
The steam whistle Von Bugle / can purity seal. Like, where did they get where did that come from?
I mean, the idea to have the seal?
Yeah. A few weeks ago, we were discussing, right?
Mhm.
Like, that would take us like a specialty piece of machinery to do
Oh,
that.
yeah.
'Cause no one's doing
Yeah.
up that shit by hand, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Right? And you're
Oh,
like,
I was gonna find out. Yeah, I hadn't had a chance
No,
to
that's
ask.
fine.
I will because I actually know the guys who probably supply.
because there's 10,000 more important things to do. I get it. But,
Fucking right, there is.
but,
Yeah,
you know,
like swim in your pool of gold,
yeah,
Mr. Scrooge.
like Scrooge McDuck. There you go.
I had a question. Is this something that we would want to do or could be able to do on Beer Analysis 101?
We get that at the LCBO. I've seen it before.
That would
Okay.
take some notice and some work, I think, around here.
Okay. Yeah,
Hold on,
'cause
let
we
me
got
just
a
double
whole shit
Nick, but it doesn't really matter anymore.
Nick, I'm
What?
gonna double check. Don't worry.
doesn't
I've
matter.
never had anything from Brooklyn.
We've had a few things. We actually had a Brooklyn pumpkin ale that was available. It wasn't very good.
What do you mean it doesn't matter anymore?
Oh no case. Not that it doesn't matter anymore, but we're doing more wild card stuff, right?
Let's
Well,
get
we're
goddamn Garrett Oliver on here, and
gonna discuss
Challenge
that
or
at
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
bottom
yeah,
and everything.
yeah.
But I'm thinking like we'll probably start doing wild cards like once a month, maybe.
oh, are we copying fucking Massive Two Shits now? Wow,
No.
Wednesdays.
It's gonna be fandangoed.
Nick,
Yeah.
I'll have you know I can get it, and it's not even it's not even inconvenient for me, so it should be
Oh.
good for
Well,
Ashley.
yeah, well, here's we just got a shit ton of it's a new beer. We got a shit ton of this here. Like they brought literally a whole like.
No, I can get it at my normal
Fucking
LCBO,
shelf
so I'm good.
So
good to
is
go if
this
that's what
is
you
this
wanna do.
something I can buy again and reliably? You know, we'll do a Beer Analysis 101 on it.
Yeah, we can do it. We can. I mean, I can't speak for anyone else, but in Toronto, I can get it no problem.
Okay, cool. Well,
I will say I did see that. I did see that new copper Budweiser thingy with the
Yeah.
Jim Beam. Yeah, so I can actually get that for next week.
Now, Nick,
Yay!
you were linking the beer store in Ontario sells that as a single.
beer store, yeah, sells it as a single.
Oh,
I
I'm
didn't
gonna have to look up.
I didn't see whether or not like I didn't check like individual stores to see if you guys can get it in singles in your area.
The
but
the LCBO sells
I
it
mean,
as singles, so it's
NB
fine.
liquor stores had hundreds of these on the shelf, so it's just like you guys should be able to have. They probably produce this in mass. So
Yeah, I've only seen it in a 6-pack, which Chad said he'd buy half of it from me or buy some if I had to buy a 6-pack.
Oh, really? But yeah, you should be able to get it singles in the beer store
Yeah.
because that literally it said like $2 something a can, which is fucking $1 cheaper than here.
Yeah, well,
Fuckers,
fucking
Fuckers.
assholes.
egregious assholes.
No, I said racist. You said egregious.
Well, a little bit of one, column A, column B. Holy fuck, it's 11:30 already.
No, it's only 10.
Okay. What can should I drink? 1 or 2?
One.
2?
2.
2.
The IPA from Loyalist City.
Yeah, go.
What was
for
number
it.
1? What was number 1?
The Brooklyn Lager.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
good. Yeah, number 2. There you go.
Nick, you're such a fuck.
All right. And I just finished that delicious gin beer from Fuckles and Warlock. I may buy another can so I can do a review of that. I think I want to review the
What's the alcohol on that one? On the strawberry anime tentacle one?
4.9.
Oh, it's okay. And then what's the other one that you just drank? The
5.3, I think. Yeah, 5.3.
oh wow, they're pretty lightweight over there on the West Coast, eh?
Yeah. Well, they were both really good. I think I like this one better just because that was like straight up strawberry cream. But I enjoyed both of those. This one had a weird, funky aftertaste, but I think it's the juniper berries.
Fuck those junipers, man.
Strawberry cream, tentacle rainbow,
Tentacle Rainbow.
Hintay maximum spread.
All right, so this is from Loyalist City Brewing Co. It is their rotating hop. So it's their Point Blanc IPA, New England style IPA, 6.5 ABV, 85 IBU. So medium body, this New England style IPA pours hazy yellow amber with an intense grapefruit and citrus aroma. I've actually never had this, so this is my first time trying their New England style IPA. But I've had their Lupulus Interruptus and their Three Sisters Pale and whatever their IPA is, and they're a pretty tasty brewery from local. They use Vermont yeast in almost everything, so just about everything they make's got this clean finish.
Earth was saying they probably used 2 oak staves, and and then Eric was like, the beer store has singles and packs of stubbies of that bud. Ethan said, what do you call an IT teacher who touches his students?
Oh boy, this is gonna be good.
A PDF file.
I thought he was going to say Dr. Dave.
Oh,
Cat
God.
Dad.
That would be appropriate too. And I missed a comment from Eric. Break the seal before you pop it. It could in marketing. Okay, yeah, you have to rewrite that. Could in marketing. Son.
What?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
I
Eric,
would
good
deliver it.
attempt. Just
The thing with Dr. Dave, though, is like no one in the right mind would let that old fucking crypt keeper motherfucker touch them.
God.
They'd be afraid to get leprosy.
I don't know. There's some pretty gross women out there, so I imagine he probably is still able to find someone.
Yeah, old cat lady, maybe.
Indeed.
Eric
I
went
love
by
it.
that bud again. It's actually tasty shit. Ethan says, what do a nearsighted gynecologist and a puppy have in common?
Oh,
Oh
God.
dear God, I wish I knew this, but I don't.
A wet nose.
Oh.
But
Smack it. No,
you do not whackity schmack
no,
it.
that only one person's allowed to do that. Within earshot.
Within earshot, yes.
Oh. I'm glad.
Oh, Eric Gilbert says, I can work in marketing. Yes, you cannot.
Wah, 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 wah.
Yeah, there's like.
What?
What?
Got like
Who's listening to Roy Orbison? Jesus.
Is there like a?
Oh my god!
That was either Roy or the traveling Wilburys.
No!
Well, don't worry. Watch the video I just posted, and you'll see it. In a
Oh
second.
no! Don't do it, guys.
What?
Hey, Ash, you and your homebrewer experience, is there an off
Ooh.
flavor, a brewing off flavor of like,
Oh, there's an off flavor in this video I just posted.
oh, yeah, there's definitely an off flavor in whatever you post. But I'm talking about like, is there an off flavor of like this, almost like this burnt rubber kind of taste?
Like a condom, like plastic, like Band-Aid.
Not necessarily. Well, yeah, there's a bit of Band-Aid in there, but there's also this note of like matchstick burnt.
Like sulfur. Sulfur would be like yeasty, like that would be yeast related, either under or over pitching. I'm not too sure which. If there is a Band-Aidy taste, like a plastic Band-Aid taste, that's an infection of sorts. Yeah.
Band-Aid. Oh, that has a name. That smell.
This is literally canned April 4th, so this is a month old, and it's got this weird.
Let me Google that.
Taste. It's not like vinegar, like not acidic. It's just got this weird kind of like smoky burnt rubber Band-Aid.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure like a sulfur off flavor is yeast related.
So there's like multiple things going on probably.
Yeah.
This is like, first of all, does that look like New England style? Well, maybe it does in the camera. It's a little clearer in over here though. That's disappointing. I usually like everything that Loyalist City makes, but I haven't tried their stuff in a while.
What style of beer is it?
The New England style IPA.
Oh, okay.
It's not like supposed to taste like this. And
Yeah,
the first couple sips were like that, and now the rest of the body just seems to be getting a bit better. So I think it's infection.
So what it says here is rotten eggs, sewer gas, or sulfur qualities reminiscent of burnt matches is typically caused by hydrogen sulfide and/or sulfur dioxide. The off flavor manifests itself in the aroma of beer. While rotten egg-like aromas are rarely desired in beer, they are sometimes present in some lagers. Blah, 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 blah. Lager strains are known for producing sulfur qualities caused by poor yeast health or tasting beer while it's still considered young. I don't know. But that's not a lager. That's an ale.
Yeah.
You're an ale.
It's this is their point.
When was it bottled or canned?
A month ago, literally. Or 9th of April.
Yeah, I would still chalk it up to like a yeast issue, even though it's not a lager. But
yeah, okay. I'm just saying, there's something wrong with it. I don't know. Loyalist City's not a very big brewery, or like they're only like a small operation, so they barely have cans in the liquor store, and you can see right here where it's just a generic can, and they stamp whatever it is on the side back.
Yeah, they could be washing and reusing their yeast, and maybe they've just gone a few generations too long, which is possible.
Yeah. Okay.
A lot of I know for homebrewers, like the biggest cost cutter, like when you want to save money, is with every batch you harvest your yeast and you wash it and you reuse it. But you can only do that like so many times before certain off flavors can appear. From what I've read, I've never really experienced it myself because I've only gone like a few generations with the yeast and then I just start fresh again. So, no.
Yeah. Oh, good thing I didn't buy a second one of these to try and smuggle up to the beer share. Just because there's no way you guys would really like this, nor would
we'd just throw it right in your face. Just get this
swill
swill out of here.
Shitty New Brunswick swill.
Fucking Jesus.
Nah. Trailway makes a whole lot better stuff than this stuff. But you know what? I've had some really great stuff from Loyalist City before, and they do make some awesome beers. That's not one of them. I mean, I would imagine if I got this without any issues to it, it'd probably be.
So I'm sorry, you said that's a New England style IPA?
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
Can you show the glass?
Here.
Well, it's looking a little dark, but
it's hazy, but it's not like turbid.
Yeah.
Hey Nick, let me ask you something about that.
What? For fuck's sakes, you.
Asshole. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm getting like rubber and burnt matchstick taste. All right, I don't know if I can even drink this. That's terrible. Where's the fuck is Redbeard? He said he was going to be here.
I'm not too put out, but I'm not showing up.
No, you're not.
Fuck that piece of trash. Probably doing a YouTuber profile. That's probably he got busy doing that.
Oh, good Lord, Greg.
Yeah, you're watching that now, are you? Oh,
there's some people that really should hide their. I won't. I'm not. I wouldn't even go without a shirt on, just because I know what my gut looks like.
She needs a burqa.
It's funny, like the video. It looks like that was made in like Ferguson or something.
Oh God,
like Ontario.
Ugh.
That's oh God, that makes me want to barf. Still looks better than this beer. I don't know. That's got a terrible taste to it. See, it's almost like I still get like the nice citrusy, like floral grapefruit kind of juicy notes that you would get in a good, decent hazy IPA. But at the same time, it's got this weird sulfuric, burnt, smoky rubber accent. Like the aftertaste is just like, oh, I don't know if I can keep drinking this. That's terrible. I mean, after a month, you shouldn't have a beer after a month that's making that fucking
Sounds like it went really bad.
Yeah, which is disappointing because I've seen this Point Blanc on the shelf before, and I've been wanting to try it. But like every time I look at it, it's like, oh, that's a couple months old. No, I don't want to try that just because I want something like that a little fresher. And now this time I take a look at it. I'm like, hey, I'll check this out again. Which one is it? Oh, it's Point Blanc. Oh, it's a month old. So fuck it, I'll try that.
Okay, so sorry.
I was just gonna say, like this beer, like I've seen it on the shelf before, and every other time I've taken a look at it, it's like, oh, it's a couple months old. No, I don't really want to try that. And this time I'm like, okay, well, it's only a month old. I'm like, well, shit, I'll drink it tonight when I'm on the show. And now I'm drinking this, and I'm like, oh, I'm just getting this weird. I'm getting these favorite tastes where it's like this nice floral grapefruit, citrusy kind of juice kind of taste, and as well as this sulfuric rubber burnt matchstick kind of like in the back of it's just making me gag at the same time. Like, oh, there's something really wrong with this.
So Ethan was chiming in since he actually does have. Well, that's what he does for a living. Sounds like they didn't let it free rise during firm. Finishes faster that way. I know Conan yeast produces a lot of sulfur, but letting it finish it longer.
I don't know. Plug it in. We're gonna see. We're gonna see how I do with a lot of light.
Jesus, I know that Conan produces a lot of sulfur.
Jesus Christ!
Can I mute him?
You can if you want. He's got no fucking neck right now.
Okay.
It's too much. Look at before you just.
It's a lot of light.
Go ahead, Dory.
I know Conan produces a lot of sulfur, Conan's yeast, but letting it finish out longer so that the sulfur doesn't release during fermentation and escapes. So kegging it too soon. Then Eric's like, sulfur sons!
So
since you're drinking annoying when IPC Nick, that's why I assume it is a Conan strain of yeast. London ales and other New England style strains of popular yeast strains produce more sulfur than others. Also, lager yeast produce a lot of sulfur as well, which is why during the lagering process you're giving ample time for the sulfur to wear off. Yeah, I've never used a Conan yeast as well. I have no idea what that's all about.
I can't unmute Greg right now, so
that's all right. He'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. We only have 3 people right now.
I have 7 watching.
Well, 7 watching, but there's actually more people watching than. than.
Well, it's weird when we're on, like, I'm looking on the Google Hangout tab and there's 4 of us, and then when I go to YouTube, there's only 3 of us. It's like Greg doesn't exist on YouTube.
Yeah, what the fuck? He's not hidden from the feed.
That's weird, eh?
Yeah, he might have like fucked
Uh,
up.
Ethan would like to know if they listed what the grain bill is.
No, I don't think they did.
No, eh?
They just have like tasting notes on the back, so you give people an idea what it tastes like.
It's weird though, Ethan. I'm sure you can follow along. It looked a little bit more like they used like some caramel malts in there too, which is a little like given the color of it. I don't know if you saw it, but it looked a little bit more than just a like a base grain and some wheat and oat flakes. It looked like there was like a caramel or a something added to it.
Okay, so I am not going to drink that anymore. I'm going to go back to the other option.
Oh, did you just like pitch it? Did you dream for it?
No, I'm just to have it sitting here. I'm not sure if I'm going to finish it. Ethan wants me to put the beer up to the camera. There's the look at it. It's got some good lacing.
Mhm.
But it's just got this fucking weird, almost like cereal grain burnt matchstick kind of.
Well, you should you should tag them on fucking Twitter and make them send you like 12 free ones, like Greg did. There you
I'll
go.
give it a poor rating on Untapped.
Yeah. There you go.
Because that'll get me. Ooh, yeah.
Oh, there you go. Look at that.
I had
Brooklyn Lager.
Oh yeah.
Shooter.
Oh yeah. I've had this once long ago on my channel. I think I reviewed it. Pretty sure. But if I recall correctly, this thing was a fairly tasty lager, which is why I saw it and I'm like, ooh, sweet.
Sweet. Like SCH. Sweet.
Sweet. SCH. Yes. Yes. All right. Let's see. Nice clear lager. Ooh, you can see my face through it.
Oh my god, yeah, that's really fucking weird. Yeah, no, don't do that. That was weird.
That's scary.
Half of your mouth was cut off, and it was just like the tongue was coming out from your top teeth.
Fucked up.
That's some scary shit.
Ugh. Ain't cool, man.
That's funny, actually.
All right, so. Nice subtle hints of like lemons and limes.
You're a subtle hint of
Subtle
something, Nick.
graininess, grassiness. Clean. Down the hatch.
Down the hatch. Right down the hatch.
Go down on the snatch.
Pretty much the smell carries in right into the taste. It's got this little lemon lime kind of like almost Sprite kind of spritzer kind of taste.
So far, cunnilingus.
It was a clean, almost effervescent yet like evaporating finish. It's just this finish is completely like almost completely dry.
Yeah, you're making up stuff.
A lingering sweetness left behind. That just disappears down the throat. That is nice.
That just disappears right.
That was actually a very depressing beer review.
But I mean, I've had Brooklyn before and I liked it. Forget what I thought about it.
I think I've had the Brooklyn Lager.
Well,
and
I
the
don't think
Brooklyn
I don't think I've actually had anything from Brooklyn.
I've had 2 of their beers.
I'm
Neither one
surprised
of
it
them
actually
was
showed up
particularly
here because I didn't thought it was kind of the kind of thing that wouldn't show up here.
Nick, you're becoming more important in the world.
Brooklyn Lager.
Yeah, I haven't had that one.
We got tons of it here.
Yeah, and I haven't
Classy.
had anything of theirs. How much a can?
$4.
$4 a can, eh?
What happened to you? Did you die?
$4.73. Milliliter.
Yeah, I definitely have not had anything from them. No, he's just too cool for school right now.
Yeah, so he got
Hmm.
some sunglasses on.
He's got some lighting on. He's got the
Yeah, I
sunglasses. He's
I can't
muted.
hear him.
I do-
There's something weird
I
going
do.
on, Greg.
Yeah, Greg, unmute yourself, man.
Mute yourself, Greg.
You guys are
Nick
You guys
muted
are
you.
fucking with me. Do I look like fucking Redbeard that you can fucking
He
pull
probably
that
can't
shit?
unmute himself because he's on like a fucking Apple product.
Here, I'm trying
Now
to
I'm
unmute yourself,
fucking
Greg.
muted. Yeah, you guys are fucking hilarious.
Oh, what's
You
going on?
guys can all
I'm gonna
suck
present
my
Greg
dick.
until he figures his shit out.
Yeah, present my shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ethan, I was wondering the same thing too with the oxidization. But I know, like with the New England style IPA, you know, all those additional hop additions, they're susceptible to oxidization, but it just imparts the color, not so much the flavor, unless I'm wrong. He was just saying it could be oxidized too, that will darken the beer and give you a rubber band taste.
Yeah, I saw that's what he said. But yeah, that's like it's like a
Ethan.
burnt rubber band kind of matchstick kind of taste to it. It's just really unbecoming of a true IPA. It's just, ooh, that's nasty.
Hey, Greg, why don't you drop out and then rejoin?
Even come back in. We don't have
There.
you blocked or anything.
I got a better option for you, Ashley. Why don't
Or
you
he's just
suck
gonna pull his
my-
pants
why
down.
don't you suck
Oh,
my
Yeah,
ass?
that's exactly what he did.
Jesus, motherfucker. That's
All right.
terrible.
I'm gonna
Why don't
get-
you lick my ass
Oh,
instead, Ashley
God.
Sexton?
Hey, Red, how's it going, buddy? Don't show your ass.
You going down? Show who's what now?
Figuratively or literally.
Yeah,
Try not
please.
to do either
Okay.
one.
You got it.
They were discussing earlier how at the bottle share they're not going to introduce you to hard alcohol of any sort.
No, not at all.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah, hey, there you go. We all know our limitations. So
Like I have, give me some spiced rum and Coke. I could have a few of those, but nothing straight and no tequila at all ever. I'm having a
That's not what we're thinking when we see you.
can of The Morning of Our Lives sour IPA with orange, citrus zest, cinnamon, and vanilla by Sawdust City.
cinnamon, sons.
It's
The hell?
fucking good.
Let's
Very
see.
odd. It's unusual but weird. I mean, but good.
I wonder if Greg can get back in. I just kicked him.
Oh, I'm sure. If
Is that what happened?
Well, you know what you saw? You just moved your fucking camera. So he had it coming.
If he wants to, he'll join back in.
He'll come back as Agnes.
So how was pale ale this evening?
Pally
It was very tropical and Hawaiian-ish.
Was it?
No, not really.
I was going to say, I remember having it. I think I had it a while ago, and I really didn't get much tropical anything out of it. It wasn't terrible, but really not Hawaiian.
For me, the pineapple came through on the aroma, but not on the not flavor wise.
Ah.
and re-add Greg.
Yeah, no, can he rejoin if you kick him?
Why wouldn't he?
Oh.
Because if you kick him, it's like we don't want you here anymore, so maybe it won't let him join back in.
Oh,
Well,
really?
I hit eject. I didn't ban.
Yeah.
Well,
Eject. Goose.
Nice. Aren't they making a fucking sequel to that movie?
Are they really?
I think so.
Hopefully not with Kelly McGinnis, because she's definitely not nearly as attractive as she used to be.
yeah.
That and she's a big old lesbian now.
Yeah, you should be pleasantly surprised when we pop into Sawdust City there, Nick. They've got like fucking, I think at least 16 or 17 different beers on hand right now. It's ridiculous.
How much of that chocolate barrel aged one I saw Dark Voids they had left?
There were still like quite a few cases in the fridge. There was none of the coffee vanilla one left, but there was lots of that chocolate one left.
Oh, coffee vanilla is the one I want. Anyway, but it's still, it sounds like it got something in it.
It's really good, man.
I mean, I'm
I
not
got-
gonna, it doesn't
Yes,
sound
sir.
like something I would go to town to get a whole bunch of shit from, but I mean, as long as there's something making the trip worthwhile.
Yeah, well, like I said, like I was doing a job last night where, like, we do it's twice a year. We do a job where we do 3 independent grocers, and we start in Gravenhurst, then do Bracebridge, then do Huntsville, then come home. And I always make sure we get to Gravenhurst with like a good 15, 20 minutes to spare, so I can pop into Sawdust City every single time. And yeah, it was trivia night. The fucking place was packed last night. It was crazy.
Nice.
Fucking
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, like all I'm concerned with, like when you go up in 2 weeks, I can't bring a lot back. I've learned my lesson from the last 2 years that if I leave any beer behind, it probably won't get sent to me. By Chris, anyway.
You know what? I can, well, anything you want to have sent back, if you want to send it back to North Bay with me, I will give you my word to not touch it, and then just like give me, like, you transfer me the money to ship it your way or something like that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure you get wood, or Greg would, or even Ash.
I would do the exact same thing.
Yeah, I don't mind paying
For me, will cause me money.
Or if it's a situation like on the last day, if we go to Bellwoods or something with Greg.
We have to go to Bellwoods.
Do we have to? Yeah.
Well, you would have to stop on the way down from where you are. Because going to my place and then cutting all the way back to Toronto and then all the way back would be foolish.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting you're not quite in Toronto.
Well, yeah, but like I'm
not even close to Toronto.
When you make your way back, you're gonna have to go through Toronto anyway.
I
Yeah,
don't know. I'll figure something.
Because you guys will be taking the 401 down, right?
That when you do head back up to North Bay, that we go up to meet Greg in Toronto, because I need to get to the airport.
Yeah, that could work.
Anyway, yeah. I was thinking I'd pay for your gas on the way down.
That'd be nice of you.
Yeah, but, well,
Wow.
I'm not.
You could just
I'm not
snuggle with
a
them.
free ride, so
You just pay for the gas with snuggles.
I did send that bottle of one of the bottles that's in that box. I sent is that 2013 bottle of
Long Dark Voyage.
Long Dark Voyage. So we're
Nice.
we can drink that on the night there. Oh, Greg got back in.
Came back.
I'm back.
Yeah, no ass this time.
And
you
Greg
fucking
came
ass.
back the very next day.
Hey, listen, I didn't show you my cock like Paul did. It was just my butt crack. So you
Yeah,
can,
we
you
don't
can
need to.
lift
See,
it.
we don't need to see your butt crack though.
You're gonna see a lot more than that at your house, Ashley. So just deal with it. Listen, Ashley, if you want
By the end of the night, somebody will be nude.
if you want to cut my cock, you got to look at my cock.
You gotta know where. to
Not
hold
really. Just wrap it up in the
where
fucking
to
duct tape.
hold.
Greg was banned actually. You just saw the chat.
And that's
there.
one of those weird Twilight Zone episodes where you cut your wife's cock off. How does that work? I don't know.
What?
And you guys were
Yeah.
watching the new Twilight Zone?
I am
I
not.
watched
although
episode 1.
So,
I hear they give tribute to the William Shatner episode of the original series.
I want to say maybe I've never seen that one in its entirety, but I know exactly what you're talking about. It's the one with the thing on the plane, right?
look at
On
that.
the wing?
It's the ones that the Simpsons did the spoof of.
Yes, yeah, for the Treehouse of
Look
Horror.
at that. That's the lacing on a fucking lager. You can tell it's a quality lager when it's got lacing like that.
That
Yeah, yeah.
fucking lager.
That's good stuff. I like.
I was gonna call it a night and be healthy, but because you guys invited me back, I'm having an electric circus.
Did you get it by the email or what?
I don't know. I just tried to rejoin and it just worked. So whatever you did must have re-added me.
I didn't mean to. you completely.
Random thought. Greg, bottle share. 1 can of that. I'll love you forever. I'll pay for it.
This is my last can. I'm about to drink it. So sorry.
You'll pay
Oh,
for it.
is there none left at the brewery? I assume.
No,
gone, probably?
it's sold. It's sold out in 2 days.
Then never mind. It's okay.
You fuck.
Don't worry, Red Beer. It's honestly not that good.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Well,
Don't listen to Drunk Pokeroo. It's not
It's
that
only
good.
somewhat epic.
it's really not that good. Oh, hi, babe.
Hi, babe. Hi, Agnes.
Sorry, what's up? Nick says hi. What's up?
Hi. Did you get the show?
Nick kicked me out because I showed my butt, but then Nick figured out a way to add me back. So I'm back. Are you sorry to me or are you sorry to Nick?
Hey,
Oh,
Greg,
no.
Greg.
You know what?
Tell Agnes I'm gonna rewatch her video again, and I'll give some honest feedback.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Greg, tell Agnes apology accepted.
Okay. Babe. So Nick says apology accepted. Ashley Sexton says he's gonna rewatch your video and give you some legitimate feedback.
Oh, great. Thank you.
I gotta watch it.
What video are you talking about?
What was her channel? Like,
Yeah, pay attention, guys. Pay attention.
I'm confused right now.
It was. Do you guys want? I can relink the video.
yeah, relink the video. I'll watch it. And...
I gotta find where it is, but no,
anybody-
Agnes has now started her own business, so she has sort of an introductory video to her
But
own business, and
also
because she's
tell
new
her
to
that I can't afford her services, and I apologize.
no, you probably can't. She's surprisingly expensive, but but she's new. She's new to the whole YouTube scene, so she kind of would just want some general feedback of whether you like her video, if it's well done, blah blah, all that stuff. So,
Speaking of, I'm trying.
baby, can you resend it to me? I can't find where it is.
Oh my God, I'll send it. Jesus.
I will.
Oh, Ashley Sexton has it.
It's
Jesus.
just White Light Coaching.
Yeah.
Can you ask if there is?
They can probably hear you.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we can.
Is there? Well, then I won't be able to hear the answer. So.
I'll tell you the answer.
Is there a length limit to post a video on Instagram?
Did you just mute that or something? Did she ask if there's a length limit for Instagram?
Is there a length limit to videos on Instagram?
I have no idea. You can probably Google that in 2 seconds, though.
That's true. You read Beers Friday, right? You probably can.
I know there's a length limit to vaginas, and it's called the cervix.
What?
Wow.
He's like he can't even believe what he just said.
You just knocked Lee out of his slumber there.
That is like literally the funniest thing you've ever said.
Whoa.
Wow, I believe Nick's probably bounced off that one.
Oh God. I sent the link. If that matters. I don't know.
Jesus.
So it says Instagram stories are limited to 15 seconds. Videos in the main feed can run a little longer at 60 seconds.
60? Holy
No, you can run it longer than that. I've seen some fucking stories that are like 20 minutes long.
Really?
Yeah, this fucking stupid.
If I have a 5-minute video, I should probably put it up on YouTube. But I did it in cell phone mode. Like
Well, I guess first tiny piece of criticism. Are you reading a script in your video?
no.
No? Because at one point near the beginning, it looks like you looked down at a script or something for a second.
Oh, there was one point where I couldn't remember Instagram, Twitter.
Okay. That's not fair. I like the
The lighting.
the lighting and stuff, the color you got going on, and then the background music is nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, I actually told her the same thing, that there was a little too much looking down. And there was actually a part at the end where she looked away, and I told her to cut it. But the stuff in the middle is difficult for her to
So
edit
I
out.
shot a video today. It's not posted yet. I'm just looking at it on my phone now. But I shot a video today on just my iPhone, and I have to say that I'm actually looking.
I just watched the whole thing. It's actually like, aside from that little tiny critique about you looking away, for your first foray into a YouTube video, damn well done.
It
like
looks pretty good. Yeah, like what Redbeard said, you could just see your eyes look down at one point.
Yeah.
But is it what were you reading a script?
I not so much a script. I couldn't remember which social media things I was on, so I literally just wrote on a piece of paper, Twitter, Instagram.
There was only like 5
Yeah.
of them.
Oh, okay. Yeah. There are things you can get where if you need a teleprompter kind of thing that you can get so you can see it at eye level. I can't remember what it is. It's like an app for the phone.
There is an app, and that is something that I would want to look into because I'm going to be covering a lot of content, and I can't remember everything.
Otherwise, it was really
overall, damn good job. I thought it was really well done.
it looked pretty good.
But randomly, speaking of like foraying into new things on YouTube, anybody watch the random reaction video I did for the Spider-Man trailer?
Nope.
No.
I saw it. I haven't had a chance to watch it.
Okay.
I remember watching Twitter videos, but I haven't watched it yet.
Oh.
I thought it went pretty well. I just like randomly just did it up, and yeah, it was fun. I had a good time. I meant to have the volume for the trailer super low, as to hopefully avoid a copyright strike, but I accidentally had it completely muted, so no copyright strike at all.
Well, without knowing what your reaction was, I watched it today, and I thought it was a pretty good trailer, and it looks like a very cool movie.
I agree. I do agree. Like the way they,
But
like it's obviously post Endgame. Like it shows Iron Man.
yeah.
Like I don't want to spoil shit, so I'm not going to say anything too much because I think some people still haven't seen Endgame.
I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it.
Wait, Spider-Man died.
Spoiler.
In Infinity War,
Yeah.
it was already like known that, and that the next Spider-Man movie came out after Endgame, so it was obvious Spider-Man came back. But yeah,
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean,
What you
Yeah, if you
didn't
haven't
tell
seen-
like spoiler for Endgame, pretty much everyone that gets snapped away, they come back. Like if you didn't think that was going to happen, then come on now.
you probably haven't seen
What
Comic
you-
Boys.
Yeah, what you didn't tell them though, Red, is that Spider-Man is now a transgender Asian character.
They all
There's-
came back. They
I was
didn't-
trying not to
dead?
spoil shit, Lee. Fuck.
Plus, he can project his own image, so you might say he's actually Asian twins.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ.
Is anyone here like in this chat not seen Endgame, or is it? would
I
you
haven't
upset
seen
if
it.
we
I
just-
haven't
Yeah, we're
seen
just saying that.
I haven't seen it
Yeah.
either. I don't care about spoilers.
But
If you really-
Nick, you're like 16 movies behind.
Yeah, Nick makes the Marvel fan in me like cringe. He makes me so disappointed.
I haven't seen anything since Age of Ultron.
Yeah, you are a sad
Whoa.
man.
Nick, you're like I consider myself a very casual Marvel fan. How can you be less of a nerd than me? I don't get how this works.
Actually,
Yeah,
randomly, Lee, what are your opinion? Like, I know you more into like the classic movies and stuff like your podcast, but what do you think of the Marvel universe?
I like them.
I think it's good.
I'm happy to hear that.
Lee,
I
what's
like-
your next podcast? Is it Captain America or Iron Man 2?
The next one will be Iron Man 2.
Okay. Let me know when you're doing Captain America. I wouldn't mind popping in on that one if I'm still welcome. If my butt hasn't offended you.
No.
Are you being serious? You're doing Iron Man 2 for your podcast right now?
We're going to be doing it sometime in the next
Really?
little while.
I will
Lee-
check. I will check that out, and I'd love to be part of that.
Lee is doing a superhero spin-off.
I have things to say about that movie.
So it's not his regular podcast. They're
It's
doing the
super
Marvel
easy.
Universe movies one at a time. So they've done the first two so far.
No,
Now
I
they're
didn't read it. I missed that somehow, and I'll check that out for sure. That's awesome, Lee.
Yeah, it's quite good. They're going through all the old Marvel movies, and Lee's very positive about it, which I like it because Lee's not always positive about everything. So
Usually, but not always.
no, you know what? And
What you
I-
drinking,
coming
Ash?
from some-
Sorry.
I
somebody-
just opened the Schwartz beer from Kim Kettle.
Oh, they got it in a can now. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, and they have a fancy label now too.
Yep.
Oh wow,
That's
I
the
didn't know
same artwork that was on their
On the
chalkboard
chalkboard.
when I went there. Yeah.
It's funny though because now they bumped up the ABV on this. It's now 6%. It was like 5.2 before.
Ooh.
You can
Well,
tell.
now you're getting hammered.
First
You can tell Agnes Greg that I thought her video was good. It's no rock star entrepreneurial bit, but it's pretty good.
Unfortunately, I don't think she'll get that. I don't know. Hold on, babe. Lee thought your video was good, but not quite as good as a Rockstar Entrepreneur Power Hour video with Chris Peters, who killed those women.
Just for the context.
Let's just say he focuses on pickles a lot.
Try killing some women in your next video, and then you get a hit.
God.
Let's just say that Chris Peters is kind of a big deal.
Oh.
Apparently, this Chris Peters fella is a big deal. Yeah.
Wall, wall.
Well, I'm
terrible.
not gonna get laid for a little while now.
Nope.
Oh,
You're on your own.
it's your hands on it tonight.
Dude, what's with those like super Euro sunglasses, man?
Because I've got literally this gigantic bright light shining upon me right now.
Wow.
What?
I need these
Doing a
sunglasses.
Test Stevie
I'm
Wonder.
going blind.
They're not sunglasses.
Yeah,
they're
maybe turn it
super
off. It's a
Euro
little bit much.
sunglasses. Super
A little
Euro
bit much.
sunglasses.
Okay, here we go.
Maybe because it's
Here we go.
Greg's
Yellow
being
Greg is
very
back.
Maybe because Greg's being very superstitious.
Do. Good work, Nick.
Greg wears his sunglasses during Hangout so he can.
So we can tell.
My future is so bright, guys, that I wear sunglasses indoors.
Oh my god, that's so terrible.
Just shut it up. Shut up. Just shut up.
What? No.
Anybody had the spicy cheddar lays? They're damn tasty.
No, I haven't seen those.
tried.
Spicy
I had-
cheddar?
I had the ghost pepper. I don't
buddy
know if
of mine
they're
at
ghost
work-
pepper Doritos.
A buddy of mine at work
Okay.
had some of those and tried one. It was okay.
They're really good.
I had them. I didn't detect any spice.
Oh yeah,
I
they're not like crazy spicy, but it's building. It's got like a jalapeno kind of thing to it. It's good.
They're jalapeno business.
Nick, your puns
Wow.
are gonna get you shot, buddy.
Jesus Christ, Nick.
They're so bad.
Your puns are worse than my
terrible.
butt.
Go drink some more of that Band-Aid beer. Okay.
Nick might not make it to North Bay. We'll see.
What-
Might not make it
See-
out of North Bay, more like.
See, this beer is ironic. This Electric Boogaloo, because they actually add. I think they add. I'd have to double check. I think it's pineapple and mango juice, and it actually tastes more what you'd expect a pineapple mango juice beer to be compared to Spearhead. It's not very good though. It's really not.
Weird.
At least in my
Like,
opinion.
Great Lakes is
my
generally-
humble opinion.
Yeah, they're like good at that shit.
Yeah, and this is actually one of their rare misses for me. I didn't like the first batch, so I bought a couple bottles of, a couple cans of this batch. I don't really like it all that much either. I just don't think it's very good.
Does it taste the same, or is there a noticeable difference between batches?
I honestly I don't remember because their last batch was like a year ago. But
Oh, really?
my,
Okay.
my Untapped rating, I sort of currently agree with my current rating, which is I think I gave it like a 6.57, somewhere in that range, and I sort of agree. It's not a bad beer by any means, but I actually feel adding the fruit juice kind of detracts from it. Like I'd rather get the flavors from the hops
For some
than
reason, when
from
you
added
said your
fruit juice.
current rating on Untapped, I heard your current Gregging. I don't know. But I like
What
that.
he calls
I like that
grading
though.
system.
Ragging.
I mean that could be the same thing.
They
I
gave
like
it 4 points.
This beer gets 5 Greggings.
5 Greggings.
It's like lashings almost, like Greggings.
Greggings.
There is Chris in the chat.
You're gonna hate Greggings.
Okay, hold on. Off the 10th, Chris, he was saying, memorize the commercial, don't read it. Agnes, tell Agnes that I said that, Greg. With that, I'm crashing sons. Good night. Good night, Eric.
Have a good night, Eric.
Chris says the video is well done. Tape the points to the bottom of the lens.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
And-
bullet
Yeah,
points.
that would work.
There you go.
Mm.
And then Chris is
That-
like,
that
yes,
was- that
yes,
was a-
yes. So whatever.
That was actually what I told Agnes too. Is I said the only issue was I felt her eyes just because they looked down. It looks a little less professional. Like, there's actually a part at the end where her eyes looked away, and I told her to cut that part out, which she did. But yeah, in the middle, it's kind of hard. It's a little harder to cut them out.
You haven't
But
seen
you know,
Endgame, Chris? You're going to enjoy the part where the Fantastic Four come in and save the day.
I like the part where Wolverine had sex with the Red Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
Thank
For
God.
Agnes, I'd say get Agnes to like do it once, rewatch over the video, and decide if she likes what she said. If she does like what she said, then rehearse that a couple times, and then film the final thing. And I feel like then she'd kind of be able to like just kind of because like when she's looking right at you, like it's engaging. She did a good job. Just
Yeah.
that those random like looking away just kind of distracts a little bit.
She has those I want to fuck you eyes.
Oh,
Yeah. It was a major shocker when Kitty
Nobody looks
Pryde
at those
showed
eyes.
up and phased through Thanos and basically just squeezed his heart while she was inside him.
Okay.
Wow.
I think this is about high time that I take this thing
Did
off.
you know Kitty Pryde in the comics is actually part of the Guardians of the Galaxy?
You didn't take it offline when I showed
Weird.
my butt. Now
Well,
you
yeah,
know
I
it's
mean,
offline.
in the
So
movie,
do
this
that
is where,
like
this is
one
where
of the
Kitty
guys
Pryde
together.
joins the Guardians
Tiny
of the
little
Galaxy.
ass crack in the lower corner, and Chris Peters killed those women.
This
Penis.